Hi, welcome to Cosmic Chronicles, where we play Starfinder. Guys, I got it right again. This is the second time running.
Okay, hang on. Let
I am
me
proud
let
of
me
you.
let me cut it and restart the stream.
Hey,
Can we?
Well, it's
Can
kind
we
of
put it on the
tradition.
calendar?
stop it. And we're almost on time, too. We're only like 1 minute.
We're like 40 seconds past, if that. And
So we're doing
internet,
good.
no, I want the internet to know why we're late by 40 seconds. It's because, well, why are we late, illustrious GM?
Wow.
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 Literally
Wow.
just that
Wow.
for like 5 minutes is why we're late. Okay.
All right, that's it. That was a great session.
That was the whole actual game. We're just gonna end it
We're
here.
just here to say wow as close to
Wow.
No, it's wow from Christopher Walken. Wow.
Oh, you
Wow.
that wow. That's a
actually
much
a
more
better wow.
obscure wow, though.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
you have to do the wow, like the.
Wow. Wowie wow.
Like,
Oh my
wow.
god.
All right, we can play
Wow.
Starfinder now. I'm sorry.
Okay. I appreciate the Owen Wilson wow that someone just posted. Josh. Thank you, Josh. Okay, so moving on from that. So last session, you guys went back to the divers' headquarters. You eavesdropped and discovered that they were planning to give you a fake helmet. And then you guys went in and initiated a fight. And by you guys, I mean Terowin. It's always Terowin. Where is Terowin? Terowin left.
Look.
There's Terowin.
I didn't initiate anything. I got attacked.
I'm still blaming you though, because it's always you.
Being attacked is a form of initiation.
You can't blame the victim.
All right, everybody, roll Terowin.
So then you guys fought the divers, killed a lot of divers, and by a lot I mean like 3. Ran away with the helmet, made it back to your ship in time to take a rest and heal up from your grievous wounds. Some more grievous than others. And then you talked to.
Wow.
Wow.
You talked to your benefactor. You got some information from the news and also your benefactor regarding
Don't
what is
blame
now
the
being
victim, you monsters.
investigated as a slaughter by anywhere from like 3 to 15 people, because the tiny space goblin that you left behind can't count. And I think that's pretty much everything.
Wow.
Wow.
So you guys have the helmet now. You're in
Well,
the ship.
we have a helmet.
Yeah, you have a helmet. And you are also, you just got off with your benefactor, who the last thing you heard was a loud banging noise in the background, and then the call cut out really quickly. So I believe that is where we left off. Also, right now, Terowin is winning the role.
What is a tecta?
That was me. I wasn't clicked yet.
Hello.
Huh.
That's just her username.
Ah. I see.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Almost.
We need to go find this fireman and put some water on him.
Great plan.
I think we should try to talk to him instead of just attacking him.
Well, you know, it could be verbal water.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that Thimble won the role.
And by proxy, grits.
Okay, well, you can use that inspiration whenever you'd like. Okay, so I'll pull up this ship map because I think that's where you guys are currently. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Apparently all waiting for somebody else to do something.
Well, you're all on the bridge and you just got off the phone with your benefactor. Phone. Space.
I think people were hurt, so we wanted to rest, right?
We already rested.
I think we already did
Well,
that.
you guys
Wait.
did one rest.
Like, we're
Or
not
did
gonna
we
go after an
multiple?
elemental thing without having rested, but like, we obviously can't wait forever. This thing is wreaking havoc.
We just found out that it's in the. We just found out that it's in Asian Town, right?
Asana
No.
Town.
You actually did not find out that it was in Asana Town, I don't think.
Or we found out that it's like it potentially in Asana Town.
Potentially. There was some stuff happening there, but like technically you don't know. You also have other reasons to go to Asana Town though.
Wait.
Yeah, I could use some sushi.
I can't remember if
Some
that was where
place.
like that cult is located.
Yes.
Okay.
So let me share out Burning Archipelago again as well. In case you guys want to see where you are right now. Obviously, you're in the Dawn Shore Spaceport.
So we take the space Vespas over to Space Asana Town and we get some space sushi. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I'm down.
Well, so who needs to actually like? Who needs to rest? Like, who is actually like hurting?
I
Is
think the
anybody-
only one with wound left is Tearaway. Let me
That
double
can't be
check.
healed by resting.
Right.
Well, we could go find a medical facility, right?
We have a medical facility.
But we don't have anyone. But wasn't it? There's some reason why we like can't.
I'm the medic.
So
Essentially.
you
So
so
nothing-
Tara
I'm fine. I only have
used
one
it
point.
last. You did use it last week, right?
Yeah.
Or last
No, I
session.
think I took a potion.
Oh, you just took a potion. Okay.
No, I took a potion and I used the healing.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if everyone's okay, then yeah. I mean, we could go investigate further. We can go look for we can go try to like do some recon for the fire elemental, or we could all head to Asana Town to try to track down the cult that attacked you guys, right? Because I wasn't there for that, right? That was the one I missed.
Yes.
What do you guys want to do?
I vote we go smash the fire elemental.
Yeah, that
I
was
also vote for
that was kind of our objective.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, so I guess we should try to investigate where it might be. It's not at the university anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that your benefactor, that Remiel had to say was that he had heard some reports of stuff happening in Asana Town. So that is currently the only lead you have. But if you want to maybe do some searching of the different news stations and see if you can get a better grasp on where it might be, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't hurt to check it out. I was looking for news last time, but there wasn't any like newspaper or news station at that in that area.
should we turn on Space Fox or Space CNN?
Fake news.
I feel like maybe probably space Fox, because if it's some kind of violent thing at the university, they might talk about it more.
Okay. Can we turn on the news?
Yeah.
We do so. Do you need us to roll for?
No.
Turning on the
Roll
news?
for
I mean,
turning the
I can
switch.
roll. We can roll electronics or computers.
Roll news.
Check.
Roll for news.
And then Fisk gets a crit fail and breaks his finger while trying to flip the switch.
No, crit fails are my job.
Yeah, I don't know. You both have been pretty good at those crit fails. I say good at.
Hater's gonna hate.
So anyway, so you flip through some channels. There's not a lot really that stands out to you because this isn't something that everyone agrees on. There's enough that happens, and this is kind of the vibe that you get from flipping through the channels and hearing the discussion on the supposed fire elemental that's loose. There are maybe about half the news stations pretty much treat it like there's a lot of stuff happening in the Burning Archipelago that you can't account for every day, and they are kind of dismissing it as it's just
It's just a
gangs
prank, bro.
being violent. You know, it's not anything supernatural. About the other half, definitely think that there really is a problem here. They're pointing to things like security camera footage that is showing things getting destroyed, but there's nothing in the video showing what's destroying it, so on and so forth. The latest incidents are being reported over in the area of Asana Town. There are a couple bubbles near Asana Town that aren't technically Asana Town. They're kind of like ghettos connected to that area. And one of them took some pretty heavy damage earlier today. If you're looking on the map, it's the southern of the two like mini bubbles to the left of Asana Town. It's the smaller one to the south. That one.
Left.
Sorry, to the right of Asana Town.
Oh, okay. Now that makes more sense.
I mean, there are two to the left as well, but not those are more connected to Dawn.
Well, that's why I was confused because there really wasn't like a southern left one.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yep, to the right. So southern and to the right. There was a report earlier today that some major damage had been done to buildings in that area. And again, they were showing footage of stuff being thrown around and broken, but there's nothing in the video doing any of that. It just looks like maybe a poltergeist or something is just throwing things around.
That sounds like our guy
Yeah, it does.
or girl. Definitely our thing.
It sounds like our elemental.
Yeah. So now don't start that again.
So, Deoda, you would know from your experience in the Burning Archipelago that you can't get to those bubbles without going through Asana Town.
Mm-hmm.
You technically there's a connection through Corona, but they'll redirect you unless you are. Oh my God, what is that race?
Lashenta?
Lashinta, thank you. I was trying to call them Kasatha, and I was like, that's not right. Unless you are a Lashinta, that is direct access if you're a Lashinta, but if you're not Lashinta, they'll redirect you through Asana Town to go to those bubbles. So you know that at the very least you have to start going through Asana Town to get to the place that you're looking to go.
Okay. Well, that's what we decide to do then. Then I mean we can head there. I mean, I don't really need to roleplay that. We could just say that was communicated to them, and we can get on the road.
Okay. So you guys are heading to Asana Town then.
Yeah.
Space
Yeah.
Vespa.
Seems like it.
So,
I think we're in agreement.
We can take a space Vespa.
no,
If
no,
you have-
you
No,
guys
we'll
can
look
take
like
a space
filthy
Vespa. I
tourists.
need my own.
I'm gonna take the bus.
All right then.
I mean, we have to kind of cross. Well, I guess where did we port again? We ported at.
Dawn Shore Spaceport.
Oh yes. Nice. Okay. Well,
Okay.
let's head there then.
So you guys are basically taking public transport to cross the Dawn Shore bubble, and you get to the other side. There is a skipper connection between here and Asana Town. Now the energy tethers between the bubbles on this map are not to scale. So where a lot of the other bubbles are connected in such a way that it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes to an hour to cross, the Asana Town bubble is kind of removed from everything else based on their insular society there. So the skipper is actually going to take you guys about 3 hours to cross over to Asana Town. But they don't stop you from getting on. They kind of look at you weird. It's just Lashinta over here at this point. The people running the skipper are all Lashinta, and they definitely are looking at you a little weird because there's not a single Lashinta in your group. But they are not preventing you from crossing.
I love that we're on this urgent mission to stop this thing from destroying the town, but like we're taking this 3-hour long skipper across the
3-hour tour.
I was thinking that too.
You don't really have a lot of options. This is pretty much the only way for non-Lashunta to get to Asana Town.
Yeah.
They're very isolated. It's very insular.
unacceptable.
So
There's
can
and go ahead.
I was like, can we talk to the skipper?
Yeah, you can talk to any of the Lashunta on the skipper.
Oh, okay. There's not a skipper. There's just the boat is the skipper.
It's a skipper that goes in between. There's 2 Lashunta guiding the craft on the solar flares.
Can I go up to one of them, maybe like the co-pilot or something, someone who's not like actively driving or something like that?
So you don't want to go to
Sure.
the skipper of the skipper.
That's what I was
Goddammit.
like. Is the skipper a person or?
Just go to the professor.
I just want to ask him, we've heard about some strange things happening here. We were coming to investigate it ourselves.
He gets immediately defensive. What are you talking about? There is nothing strange happening in Asana Town.
Oh, okay. Well, I hear it's a really nice place to visit.
Most tourists only come for the Church of the Burning Mother. It is
Oh.
admittedly beautiful.
Well, I'm not a tourist. I live here. I have for some time, but I've never had a chance to visit Asana Town. I just wanted to kind of finally see it for myself.
When you say you're not a tourist, he looks at you, but then looks over your shoulder at the rest of your companions and kind of raises an eyebrow, and then looks back at you.
Do I notice? Do I pick up on that?
Yeah, it's kind of obvious. He's basically like, his facial expression says, well, you might not be a tourist, but the rest of your group sure is.
Oh, them. Yeah. They're friends from out of town, and I wanted to give them a tour, but the crime that I heard about at the Brass Bazaar, that's kind of where we were headed. So I kind of had a change of plans, and I thought, well, maybe we could go somewhere new.
Well, I hope you enjoy touring the church. The rest of Asana Town is strictly off limits, of course.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. Could you tell me a little bit more about why? I suppose I never really understood. I wanted to learn more about your culture.
It is difficult for us to be here. The archipelago is not friendly to Lashinta. Those of us who are here are dedicated to Sarenrae. We spend most of our time at the church or taking care of the bubbles in Asana Town. There's not much to see outside of the church, and we prefer to keep our privacy. One of the primary side effects of staying on the archipelago for any length of time for my species is extreme paranoia.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you guys have researchers trying to work on a way to help you?
No, for now, all we know is that our psychic abilities don't mesh well with the resonance of the star so close. We don't have a cure for that. It's just how it is. Those of us who are here are very dedicated to our cause.
I see. That's very honorable. I also am dedicated to my own, so I can appreciate that. Um,
You are also a follower of Sarenrae?
I'm not a follower. I'm a Solarian, though, and I have spent many, many hours worshiping here for my own reasons. Not Asana Town, but that's why I came to the Burning Archipelago.
You prefer the Radiant Cathedral for your everyday worship?
I guess you could say I prefer to worship in privacy, but I've been there many times.
I see. The Radiant Cathedral is also beautiful, but it is not the same as the Church of the Burning Mother.
Well, I certainly can't wait to see it. Um, I suppose I should ask to show my friends here, are there any other interesting sites or things to take note of while we're here, or perhaps anything we should stay clear of?
Everything outside of the church is off limits. We don't
I
even
see.
have much in the way of uh, open or public restaurants here. There's, I believe, 2 or 3 right at the entrance to the Church of the Burning Mother, but we don't exactly encourage tourists.
I understand. We'll be very careful and do our best to be respectful of your culture. I hope that we can learn a lot about you and your religion here while we are seeing the Church of the Burning Mother.
Thank you. I need to get back to work.
Sure thing. I'm gonna go back to the group.
He literally just like turns around and goes back to like futzing with controls.
Wow. I'll walk away kind of dejected, and I'll sit next to Terwin if Terwin's sitting.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
sitting.
all right. Well, I tried to schmooze with the guy, but they're very tight-lipped. I don't know where to start exactly. The second I mentioned anything abnormal happening, or if there's anything that we should make note of, or check out or avoid, he got very tight-lipped. He only said we should see the temple and the church, and that's it. I suppose we should start there, as that seems to be the only place we're allowed to go. Everything else is completely off limits. I
Well,
guess take your bathroom breaks at the entrance.
as much as I've been wanting to check out the church, I don't. I think we need to go to more of Asana Town than just.
I know. I don't exactly know how to handle it myself. Figure we could start at the church because it's friendly and maybe we can get a map or talk to somebody else. I don't know. I highly
I'm.
doubt our fire elemental will just be hanging out in the middle of a pew.
Well, you never know.
It's true, because we could hope.
Maybe it's a worshiper of Sarah and Ray.
Fisk is gonna poke his head up over the seat. What about laying a trap? Is there anything that seems drawn to us and a consistency between the attacks? Maybe we could lure it out. What do they eat? What does fire elemental eat for food? Maybe fuel? Maybe we leave a big red barrel in the middle of the street and wait for it to come.
I mean, what does a fire elemental want to wreak havoc for anyway? I think it's just a raging ball of fire.
Well, from what I understand it wasn't summoned here willingly, and perhaps it's just well, perhaps it's like a wild animal.
It's
maybe-
also possible that it just doesn't know what's going on and it's scared.
Or maybe it's looking for a way back to its plane, back to its home. Maybe we could fake that there's a portal or a way home and it would come.
Well, on that note, maybe we can just send it home. Do we have to kill it?
I don't think anybody said kill it. It does just want to get back. But do you know how to send a fire element back to its plane? It's not exactly like working on a ship.
You do recall that that was a request of Remiel, that if it was possible to send it back instead of killing it, he requested that you attempt. He also said that, you know, don't die trying.
Right. Hmm.
Well, maybe there's literature we can look up in the church.
Maybe we should have stopped by the university first and seen if there was anybody there who knew how we might go about that.
It's a good point. The only other thing is, we don't even know if the fire elemental's even here. If it's big, like we are thinking, shouldn't we be able to see it with the helmet?
Yeah, maybe we do a little bit of recon while we're here, and then try and find some information on how to actually send it back. I think we're kind of walking in without, you know, a plan, which I guess is kind of our thing. But
Say, what else is new?
this could go pretty wrong pretty fast.
I think that's a good plan. Let's try to verify if it's even here. Maybe get some more information. The driver was very unhelpful, but maybe there's someone around here who's actually worried, and they might have something to say about it. Especially maybe if somebody was here to take care of it.
Oh, that's a good point. Go out, case the grounds a little bit, talk to the locals. Yeah, I like it.
Which one of you is wearing the helmet or has the helmet?
Have we even tried the helmet? Was my question.
I don't think we have. I think I still have it.
Grabbed it and ran.
Yeah. Yeah, I think either Taylor has it or I have it. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure I still have it.
Okay. In between the bubbles on a skipper is probably not a good place to change helmets. Just gonna give you some meta information there. You would know this.
I'm probably not going to take my helmet off again.
It's a good idea. But even when you're in the bubble, it's probably not a good idea for Terowyn to take her helmet off again. But even for those of you who aren't drow and right next to a star, probably don't want to take your helmet off on the skipper.
I don't think I'm wearing a helmet. I think I just have a rebreather and sunglasses.
Cool.
Like I can't think of a single Kasatha that had a helmet. I think they all just had like rebreathers and like goggles. I don't think any of them had like a giant helmet.
I don't think any of them did, but you were given a helmet for additional sun protection. But I guess that you don't need to, if you don't want to wear that, you don't have to.
How
Who needs
does a
protection from the
dragon
sun when he
wear a
can look
helmet?
cool?
Yeah, I don't think I don't think there's any artwork that ever shows what a helmet would look like for a Kasatha.
I assume it's just like an oblong helmet.
Or
Yeah.
a dragon?
Well, the dragon's like, it's just bigger than a usual one. It's not like his head is that weirdly shaped. Like snout? No,
I-
like
Hey!
Try to
don't
imagine
be
a
hating on
horse
Daddy
wearing
Dragon,
a
all right?
helmet.
I will turn this damn ship right around.
you're not even driving this.
I'll still turn it around.
Get out of the way. I know you're the pilot of this, but I'm taking over.
Exactly. Anyway.
Okay. You guys are over halfway now. If there's any other role play, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna skip to you arriving at Asana.
Yeah, I'm good with that. We can just get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys arrive at Asana Town. As you disembark the sun skimmer, there are more tourists waiting to disembark. You notice that they are predominantly Lashunta, and there's like a couple non-Lashunta there, but it's mostly Lashunta. You take a look around, and pretty much everyone around you is also Lashunta. You definitely feel like you stick out. Ergon, you feel a bit like I don't even know how to describe how much you stick out right now. Not only are you like a good 3 feet taller than everyone else here, you're also a dragon, essentially.
It's cool.
And society will never let you forget it.
No,
I mean,
they will not.
it's fine on Tree Axis. Everybody's cool with it there. The Lashunta are pretty much all staring at you, is what I'm saying.
Um,
I'm okay with this. I'll just kind of like I notice it, but I don't really let it bother me. I just kind of
Yeah,
it
be
off.
bigger than that. We're gonna get to
Right.
the end of the episode and learn that the whole time they were just amused by your fanny pack.
Shh. Don't ruin my punchlines.
Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding. All right, so you guys are in Asana Town. You see some very large signs pointing to the Church of the Burning Mother. There's literally no other signage here to indicate where you should go except signs that point to the Church of the Burning Mother.
Well, you know what they say. If you have to ask,
It's too expensive?
I guess I'll walk into the
Is that how
church.
that works?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the church. How far is the church?
And whenever someone does put the helmet on, let me know. The church it's pretty close. It's about a 15-minute walk, so you can just start heading there.
I guess while we're walking, I'll like pull the helmet out of my pack and ask if anybody wants to try.
Is it rat? Will it fit a rat?
Yeah, it'll fit.
Ooh, yeah, sure. I guess we haven't really tried it yet. I can do it.
Here, I'd rather not try it at all.
Yeah, I think I can get that. Can somebody give me a little shade? Can I find like a little bit of shade, or you know?
There's not a lot until you get to the entrance to the Church of the Burning Mother.
You know what? Come here, Ergon. I'm gonna stoop under your wing.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna
You are
use
under
Ergon.
Ergon's wing.
I'm gonna use Ergon as shade, and I'm going to change helmets.
This is completely acceptable. You can do this.
I'm doing it. I'm using Daddy Dragon as shade.
I just let it happen.
All right, so I'm gonna don the helmet.
I've accepted my fate.
You're incredibly fucking useful, and you didn't have to roll for it, so you did well.
Ouch.
That's true. I mean,
Okay.
that hurts me as a person, but like I accept it.
No.
All right, so you put the helmet on, and you notice something immediately as you put it on is that it doesn't just change like your visual senses. You are hearing something as well. And what you hear basically sounds like a constant pitch, like a high-pitched whine.
Fisk is gonna go, wow.
God damn it.
Wow.
well, what do you see?
Well, Fisk is like kind of like tapping at his ears. It's really loud. I didn't know it was gonna be loud. Fisk is gonna kind of like wheel around in a circle. Does anything change audibly or otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of warbles a little as you spin around, but you're still getting this like high-pitched whine.
How loud? I understand high pitch, but is this like the volume level of a refrigerator in the background? You hear it, but it isn't painful, or is it just like an alarm?
It's like
my
Does
god.
that help?
Fisk is gonna take it off and throw it into the fucking sun. No, not literally.
Oh, please.
Can Fisk lift it up and like fold his ears down and then put the helmet back down over the folded ears?
Yeah, you can do
Okay,
that.
Fisk, you're gonna watch Fisk do that. He's gonna kind of like, put a finger in his ears. He's gonna fold them down and put the helmet back on. Does that make it more bearable?
It does dampen it a little.
I don't want to hear a fucking impression. I just,
It does dampen it a little.
Okay. So
It's basically like loud tinnitus.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Not visual, audible. Sure.
You date this one.
Mouth visual.
Now you know how I feel all of the time.
I have a, yeah, I get it. I have it every couple days where one of my ears will go silent and then it will start ringing for a few minutes until it comes back.
It sounds unpleasant.
Yeah, I get it.
That
Anyhow.
sounds like something that shouldn't happen, by the way.
Yeah, well, welcome to my life. Fisk is gonna kind of wheel around a little bit, maybe peek around Ergon, since Ergon is blocking a significant portion of his visual area, and see if there's anything observable. I understand there's a high-pitched noise. Don't need to know about it.
Okay. Yeah. In addition to the high pitched noise, you do see something that you didn't see before, which is that there are like flecks, like bits of residue flecked around, kind of on the sidewalk a little bit, on a building nearby. There's like kind of a bit of it on the wall. And this is something that you did not see before previously, and this is something that everyone notices. Asana Town is basically spotless. The rest of the Burning Archipelago, it feels very much like a typical city. You know, it's not super. It's clean for a city, but it's not like super clean. You know, there's things that people have discarded on the ground, bits of trash. It's a typical city. Asana Town is spotless. It's like somebody comes by, a janitor comes by every 15 to 30 minutes or something and cleans it. That's how clean.
I straight up feel like you're describing North Korea. And we're in the part of North Korea that people are allowed to go, where everything is like perfectly clean and controlled to make you think it's not a shit show. Anyway, Fisk is gonna notice this and be like, oh, I hope this isn't like a blacklight. There's stuff. It's like stuff splattered on the sidewalk. This is really weird.
Can you touch any of it?
I want to poke it.
I kneel down and try to touch it.
It's very hot.
It's very hot. It's
And kind of, it's viscous.
It's hot and gooey. Fisk shakes a paw rapidly, like a dog shaking off. It's like fire jelly. Maybe fire lube.
Oh,
It kind of is like a black
I
light.
have very bad images in my head right now.
Yeah, we all were thinking it.
Yeah, Fisk made the blacklight reference. Okay, I mean, could
Well,
this
it's even worse.
could Fisk is gonna, while he's like stammering, does this look like it's forming any kind of pattern or maybe trail, or is it truly random?
No, there does seem to be a bit of a trail, and it's heading in the direction of the Church of the Burning Mother.
I think it might be like a trail. Maybe it's just a trail left by the fire element. Maybe this is it. We just have to follow it. It went that. Fisk kind of like points in some directions before he hones in on where it's actually headed. It's going that way, and Fisk points toward the church.
Okay, so what's our plan when we find?
Just remember that you have the high-pitched whine constantly.
You don't have to remind me.
Well, you don't have it. He has it.
Okay,
Everyone doesn't have it. I have it.
and I understand I might not be able to ask this.
Go ahead.
This might be meta. Is this something that's going to? It's loud enough that it's either going to impair me on anything but like an auditory check, or is going to cause damage?
I guess you'll find out.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, anyhow, yeah, that doesn't change what he does.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Pointed at the church.
Oh, okay, you already did that.
Looking in my inventory to see if I have, like, cotton.
Okay, guys, Fisk is pointing at the church. What do you want to do?
Well, I asked what our plan was when we finally found it.
What's your plan, guys?
I guess
think-
we're gonna
We're gonna head towards the church.
go to the church.
And if
Fisk
it's
is
in
pointing
there,
to the church.
are we gonna try to kill it or?
We
think
just
we're
wanted to
gonna-
find it.
Right. Once we find it, I think we can have a little bit better idea of what's. Oh God.
That works.
That's perfect.
For those of you on stream who can't see this, our good rat friend here has a lovely mask on
I think it's
that
a
I'm
woolly
not
hat.
100% sure he can actually see out of.
Funny you mention that.
I also can't hear him anymore whatsoever. But
Funny
hey,
that you
Here.
mention that.
Wow.
It's 100% a welder's mask.
Wow.
100%.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. Sorry, guys. God. Okay, this
Wow.
won't work.
You know, E for effort.
God, I wish this were a game where we actually were streaming video.
I'm sorry.
If it makes you feel any better, it's not really bright enough or charged, so it kind of needs to be charged.
What? What?
Never
Oh, I see.
Have you ever used a welding mask?
No.
That was a dumb question. Anyhow, off topic.
Okay.
Fisk is wearing a thing and pointing at the church.
Yes, and I believe the consensus of the group was we need to find the elemental. And Terowin's like, "What's our plan?" And they're just like, "Let's go to the church."
We need to find it. What's the plan? We need to find it. But
That's
what do we
basically
do?
what happened.
Find it.
You can make suggestions, Terowin.
Well, I know we're trying to find it, but I'd like to make sure that we are able to like not kill it when we find it.
I think our plan was just to see if it's even here. And if it is here, then we will have more information for which to actually research it.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah, some recon.
Okay.
I think that might be something that you're good at, right?
A little.
Well, what should we do?
I suppose we could just go into the church and Fisk, you've got the mask on. We'll see if it shows.
Yeah, okay, just. He kind of bangs aside. Remember, I can't really hear anything.
Is something wrong with it?
Maybe. It's really loud.
You keep saying that. What's loud about it?
If you ever put your head right next to a high voltage transformer, like a ballast for a light goes. Eee! It's doing that in my head. It's really kind of uncomfortable, but
Maybe if it's near, it'll change pitch.
yeah, I'm kind of hoping that, and that would make it maybe worth the pain. But let's start walking.
Okay, so you guys head over to the church. There is a Lashunta standing in what is essentially like a ticket booth to the side of the entrance to the Church of the Burning Mother. She offers you some small booklets on the church that have like a description of the church, the history of Asana Town, or at least the sect that started the Church of the Burning Mother. It's just kind of like a typical like a little informational pamphlet. She has like a stack of them. She's handing them out to tourists.
I'll take one.
Okay. It reads like it wants you to learn about the Church of the Burning Mother and Asana Town without telling you anything about the Church of the Burning Mother or Asana Town.
Fisk is going to take one too.
Okay.
Fisk is going to vigorously rub it between his paws and make little wads and shove them up in his helmet next to his ears.
It dampens the high-pitched whine a little bit.
Fisk is going to deliberately ignore the person handing them out because he assumes he's getting a look.
Yeah, he is. Terwin, if you're looking at the pamphlet, it basically gives you a brief history of the first Lashunta who came here that were worshippers of Sarenrae shortly after the Burning Archipelago was discovered. It doesn't at all touch on the psychological issues that Lashunta that stay on the Burning Archipelago for any length of time are subject to. It kind of skims over that and just discusses the building of the church and the process, the political process that they had to go through to get it sanctioned for ownership by the Lashunta and so on and so forth. It's very much like a lot of words and not a lot of information.
I guess that makes sense. They don't really want outsiders to know too much about them.
It really just kind of confirms your feelings that everyone around here is just going to be pretty tight-lipped.
Space Mormons.
Okay.
Indeed.
If there's a trash can nearby or a recycling bin, I'll put it in there.
You can do that. There's one just outside the door. You also receive a look from Pamphlet Lady.
Pamphlet lady.
She can't see my face. I've got a full mask on, or the full.
I can't hear her either. See no evil, hear no evil.
All right, so you guys want to head inside?
Seems like a plan.
Going inside.
I'm watching out for fire lube while we do this entering to see if it looks like it's going in or if anything has changed.
You're monitoring like the sound.
No,
or
the fire lube splattered all over me. Using
Oh,
my
the fire.
blacklight
I'm
helmet
sorry.
to look at stuff that shouldn't be there.
The fire lube. The fire lube.
Okay. Yeah. So there's more splatters. It seems like if you're following a trail, the trail goes through here. You're in kind of the entryway of the church. It's very tall. Lots of very tall columns reaching up towards the ceiling. There is a little bit of glass in the ceiling, but not a lot. They obviously are not trying to let in a whole lot of light here, considering how dangerous that can be. So the panels in the ceiling to let light in are heavily tinted, and there aren't a lot of them. But it creates some interesting patterns on the ground, kind of in the same effect as like stained glass, that sort of thing. It's a little different though, because stained glass usually has just like one point of light reference, but this is obviously kind of everywhere because you're right next to a star. So the patterns are just like everywhere: walls, floor, ceiling. They just kind of reflect all over the place, which does make it a little difficult for you, Fisk, to track this. So I am going to need a roll from you.
Question.
Go for it.
Is there any change in the pitch or intensity of the audio when I've come into an area of less light?
No.
Damn it all.
Okay, but that was a really good perception roll.
Why do I waste my rolls?
Especially because I was going to have you roll survival.
Oh.
Because survival is the one that covers tracking.
Can that be a survival roll? I'll tell you my bonus. A roll was a roll.
Yeah, I'll let that be your roll.
All right, it was a +3.
All right, it's still a really good roll. You manage to track the what are you calling it? Sun jelly?
I was calling it
Fire
fire
lube.
lube.
Oh, fire lube. Okay.
I feel like, does anybody want to go into business? I feel like we could sell this. It would be like one of those warming.
That sounds.
Not going there. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Daddy Dragon is a little uncomfortable right now.
He doesn't want to hear about this, Fisk.
Nope. Nope.
He wants to think you're all pure and innocent.
Exactly.
You track the fire lube through the church. You're just gonna like go right after it, like follow it through the church.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
Not like running quickly Scooby-Doo style, but
So you're like scurrying from like one patch to another patch, and you follow it through. You go through the entryway. You go into the big open chapel area with the pews. You follow it down through the pews, and it leads you to something that you didn't expect to see in the Church of the Burning Mother, which is a portion of the wall which is currently cordoned off, and it looks like someone might have hit it with like a wrecking ball or something. It looks like something's just gone right through the wall.
oh,
There's a big hole here at the back of the church. There's tape cordoning it off, and there's a couple of Lashunta standing there, and they both turn to you as you get closer. This area of the church is off limits. We are working on restoration here.
What happened?
We aren't sure. When we came in this morning, someone had. I don't know what the goal was here, but obviously we're being targeted, and you can see he kind of gestures at the wall. You can see that they are attempting to destroy our church. So we have a bit of work here to do, and we're still investigating the cause.
Could we help in any way?
That won't be necessary.
Oh, I see. Who normally does this kind of investigation? Just the church or the police?
We have our own private security here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry to bother.
Please feel free to observe and tour the rest of the Church of the Burning Mother, but we will have to ask that you stay away from this particular area.
Is there like fire lube all over it?
Fisk, you do see that there seems to be a lot more of the fire lube here, kind of splattered all over the place, especially on the edges going through the wall.
Fisk points down through the opening and audibly, like not trying to hide it from them, says, "Yep, it definitely went down there. I can see it."
I'm sorry, what?
Fisk wheels around and kind of looks up at them through the helmet. Oh, yeah, I can see. The thing that made the hole that went down that way. We were sent here to help deal with it, but if you don't want our help, I mean, I can tell you it's down there. But we're happy to help. Can I roll? Can I roll diplomacy?
You can try.
Nope.
Excuse me, there's nothing visible here. We have all of our best security working on this. There's no way you could see anything.
That's very close-minded of you.
I mean, they might be your best, but we were literally sent from other worlds to help deal with this. So, I mean, best is kind of a relative term, isn't it? Also, I can definitely tell you, I can see it. It went down that way.
On whose authority are you here?
Somebody with a lot of money and a lot of interest in keeping things nice.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the church, sir.
Okay. Fisk turns around and starts walking away.
Are the rest of you associated with this gentleman?
If
I
we
am.
say yes, would we have to go?
Yes.
Fisk,
Then no.
Fisk walks away and he wants to try to hide.
Stealth. Okay. Deoda, they aren't buying it. I mean, you can roll a bluff if you want, but otherwise they're not going to buy it.
That's fine. They can not buy it.
I'm going to have to ask all of you to leave.
You can ask all you want.
Do you need me to call security?
Oh, God.
Come on, guys. We already know it's here. We need to go figure out how to get rid of it anyway.
Nothing is here.
Oh,
Again,
well
that's
then
very
what made that
close-minded.
hole?
We are investigating that.
So you're investigating nothing? That doesn't make any sense.
Please leave.
Okay. We'll
Is there someone
Well-
more important than you that we could talk to?
I need to speak to your supervisor.
Can I speak
that's
to
what
your
I'm gonna
manager,
say.
please?
Yeah, say instead of speaking to your manager.
Can you
Oh my
speak
God.
to your manager?
The other Lashunta puts a hand on his gun at his hip and says, "Please leave now."
Come on, Terowin. We don't need another fight.
I thought this was a church. And I will walk away.
But it is a church.
They're not treating it like it's a church.
Did you put money in the bowl when you entered?
Maybe? They wouldn't have any way to know that.
Oh, Josh, can you clear Leetson to post links in chat so he can share things?
I mean, I can.
Oh, well, then can you do that?
No, I'm gonna let Josh do it now.
Where did you get a Fire Lube logo? Jesus.
Oh, did it flat out ban Leetson?
banned.
No, it just deleted the link.
Oh, okay.
It gave me a warning and said suboptimal.
Okay, I'll deal with it. Go on.
Okay. So are you guys leaving?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
leave.
Okay.
I'm walking away.
Terowin, I need a roll from. I'm looking at
Okay.
your skills to determine what I need you to roll. You're not trained in it, but go ahead and roll mysticism.
Okay.
Okay. You guys leave the church.
Well, I said I was leaving. I walked away from those guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go hide.
All right. Stealth.
Yeah, I think I'll try to hide as well.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth.
I'll just I guess go to walk out, but maybe like pick up a pamphlet and start reading it for a minute at the door.
Okay. Ergon, what are you doing, bud?
I'll be straight up honest with you. I'm not gonna try to hide because it ain't gonna work. So
point.
it's just not. So I think that I am going to probably do the same as Data, just inconspicuously read pamphlets at the door.
Okay. Define inconspicuously.
You're pretty effing conspicuous, bro.
I'm going to try not to draw extra attention to myself.
Okay.
Is that a good enough description?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Fisk, what are you doing?
Fisk is hiding and watching his allies. Fisk doesn't have a plan. He's just watching to see if anybody's leaving, or he's kind of just scoping it out and waiting.
Okay.
I-
Tarowin. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just get Tarowin and Grit. Since you guys also stealth, what are you doing?
I guess I'm just standing around a corner where there's nobody around me.
Okay.
Was I able to hide?
You don't know.
Okay. I'm just gonna like stand behind a pillar.
Okay.
If I hear anybody walking towards me, I'm gonna activate my cloaking field.
Okay. I mean, there are tourists walking past.
Oh.
You're out of line of sight from the guards in the corner, but there are other Lishunta kind of wandering around.
Are we?
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was like, can I use like the little like psychic calm thing?
Damn you, Kate. That's exactly what I was gonna ask. Good job.
Yes, you guys can use your psychic comms.
I was gonna say, Deodo will use psychic calm and just ask, distraction? Question mark.
God damn it! That's exactly what I was thinking. Does anybody
You're
have
not
anything they can
hiding.
use to make a distraction?
I think I probably can.
Yeah, but if we do, what's the plan? Slip down through the hole? And what about the person making the distraction? Oh, or can you make the distraction and then run? That's a great idea. Do it. I'm ready.
Okay.
I can make a distraction and then probably sneak past them.
Okay, well, I can't, so I'm just gonna wait
We
until something
can't have
happens.
we can't have really sophisticated conversations that are psychic.
I was speaking out loud.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you guys must be
Quietly,
hiding
I'm
somewhere
whispering.
close to each other. I'm by the door. So where are you hiding?
I'm just in a hallway somewhere.
I don't mean to be a jerk. I promise. Do we have a map?
I hadn't made one for the church. Let me see if I can find something real quick for you guys.
Okay, because it's hard to, like, trying to decide. Yeah. Especially if we're gonna try and make a distraction and then run for it. You know, worst ideas have been had by this group.
It's true.
Like Spaceweed. Spaceweed wasn't a great idea.
No.
They could just go in the corner and light up, and that would probably cause a stir.
I can move things telepathically.
That's
Telekinesis.
probably the way to go then. Just knock something off.
That's what I was thinking. But I mean, but you know, Terowin has a point. Like, if she's invisible and creates the distraction, she could just leave. You know.
I could send Thimble skittering out because he's generally with me.
And get them to chase Thimble?
Yeah.
But then Thimble could be lost.
Well,
Uh,
that's a risk we'll have to take, really.
Oh my god.
Thimble has a firearm on it. Thimble's a dangerous device.
Um.
Oh, Thimble's a device now.
Well, anyway, where are we all standing, and who can hear who?
Okay, so since I don't have a map, let me
I was. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
I was speaking out loud into the communicator. You can do that, right? Like
Yeah,
that-
you can use it audibly.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I was.
It
speaking
goes
with
both
everybody.
ways. You are more limited, like Kate mentioned. You're more limited when you're doing it psychically.
Yeah, I did it psychically because I thought you guys were hiding, so I was not, trying not to bring attention to you guys by having you speak out loud. But if we can do that while remaining hidden, that's fine. I'm not hidden, but you guys are.
Right.
Yeah. I was intending to actually use the psychic thing to communicate, but I did kind of forget that we're limited to only a couple of words or something like that.
A concept or a feeling?
So wait, that's why I just said like distraction through psychically. If somebody wants to answer that, that's fine. Like it's up to you guys.
Okay, I think I found a workable map, so let me just import this real quick.
That's fine with me. Does do we get any better at using the psychic communicators over time, or is it always just a word or a feeling?
It's always going to be kind of limited just by the nature of what it is.
Got it.
All right. Well, since nobody's answering,
I said I could do something.
Yeah,
and then
Terwin
sneak past
did.
them.
Okay.
Fisk probably is close enough still to the opening that he would not have audibly answered. Maybe instead Fisk gave you the psychic word good idea, maybe something like that. Ready now.
okay.
Okay, there you guys go. There's a map.
Oh,
Nice.
oh, nice, good find.
Yeah, it's not exactly what I had in mind, but it's what we've got to go with. So
Well, if it changes by the next session, we'll just have forgotten and nobody will know.
thanks.
No, that's not. I mean that. Get out of here.
I'm teasing. Okay, so let me indicate for you where the guards are. Okay, so that kind of arc there is where it's cordoned off. And that, what I just circled, is the section of wall that was busted through.
And is the entrance all the way on the left?
Correct.
Okay. Can you place us onto the map?
Yes. Or at least I can try.
You can certainly try. Because then maybe we can establish who's too close, etc. Did it work? Oh, it did work.
Okay, Ergun, I think you're the right size now.
Yay!
All right, guys, place yourselves where you are.
We're gonna.
Is Ergon by the door there?
Heck yeah.
At the door.
Because of how bad the grid is on this, I'm just going to take the grid off. There's kind of a grid already on here. It's just not a stick to it grid. So just mind the grid of the map itself and not and yeah.
Please mind the gap between.
There. Is that okay for you guys? I just took the
Yeah.
Okay.
So Fisk is kind of. I'm gonna say that when he ducked away, he kind of like dropped underneath a pew.
Okay.
Darren's in this little south alcove thing.
Okay.
I'm just behind a pillar.
I see that. Very stealthy.
Okay, well then we're way out of earshot, so I just used psychically said, so I just psychically like distraction. Terwin then said into the communicator, you said that you could do something.
I said I could create a distraction and then probably sneak past them.
Gotcha. I'll speak back then, like quietly into it. Because I'm further away, so they won't hear it. If it's going directly into your ear, then it's probably fine. Well, what did you have in mind?
I'm not sure. Do you have any ideas? I can activate my cloaking. That would allow me to just walk right past them. But I mean, I could throw a grenade or something, but that might be a little excessive.
You get the psychic message from Fisk at that too much.
I have smoke grenades.
Might work then. Want one, jealous.
I say back, say that could work. I could probably make some kind of fiery disturbance somewhere, but I would start glowing orange myself, so I'd have to hide.
Can I send like a mental image of Thimble skittering in front of them and them chasing after him?
Yes.
I do that. That happens.
Okay.
Whoa. What was that? Cool.
Wow.
Wow.
You all get this
Wow.
sudden feeling of dread that is weirdly connected with a fear of maybe seeing inappropriate images unwillingly.
What?
She's worried you guys are gonna send her psychic porn now.
Yeah. My innocent eyes.
Very, very.
It's like a
worried.
live dick pic that you can't turn off.
Yeah, it's like imagine just be like,
Oh,
like, okay, so I'll just say back. Okay, so we have some options. What do you guys think? 1, 2, or 3?
I'm all right with Thimble causing the distraction as long as nobody gets hurt.
Okay. I'm fine with that as well.
You just get okay from Fisk.
I like to
Good.
imagine that these aren't like mental communications. You're just speaking this way into the communication.
Okay, whatever works for you. Whatever you need.
You just sense the thought, anyone else?
Ready.
So I'm gonna do something. I guess it's a little meta, but I'm the DM, so I can do meta thing.
Hashtag meta.
Actually, any of you can do this if you want. Roll a culture check. Data specifically, but anyone can do it if they want.
I'm an uncultured swine.
It's true. This is why you're so racist.
Culture.
Oh, that was my helmet. It's going again.
God damn
God.
it. Okay, well, fortunately,
Back out.
fortunately, Deoda's is high enough. Fisk's as well. So anybody over 20. So Deoda and Fisk. You are both struck simultaneously with something. With like you've recalled something suddenly, and what you recall is that Lushintas are psychic.
I hadn't really forgotten, but
Fisk just thinks out loud. Shit.
Just thinks out loud.
thinks
No,
out
you
loud.
know
I like
what?
that.
You know what? We're just gonna say that he mutters it in his helmet. Shit.
That sounds more appropriate.
That's why I'm speaking.
Is it?
Really? Really?
Yes?
You knew that?
Those antennae are just for show.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit.
Oh, I thought they were for other things.
Can I still see them from where I'm hiding?
Yes.
Do they appear to be reacting?
Those two don't.
And we have as a group confirmed that the rock things are psychic, right?
I mean, that's as far as you know.
Do any of the other Lashunta in the room appear to be reacting or like looking around or
Which of you are using it psychically? Fisk, Deoda, and Grits?
I used it psychically at first when I said distraction, but then I had to say
The rest of it has
out
just
loud.
been spoken quietly. Okay.
Yep. Same here.
No, actually, there's no one super close by. I'm obviously not going to give you a number because it's meta, but you know that it's a short range psychic telepathy. So it seems like right now you're safe. Nothing close. None of the Lashuntas in the area are close enough to you.
I will speak into the mic then very quietly. Basically like, oh, don't forget, keep your thoughts to yourself. The Lashunta are psychic and more paranoid than ever here.
Yep, just remember that. That could be bad. Do you think they hurt us?
I don't know. Grits, just send your robot in. Don't hurt anybody.
Grits will send it. And then
Okay.
I'm gonna send Thimble running over.
Okay, so I've just moved Thimble over close to you if you want to move him where you want him on the map. He doesn't have a picture. I should get one for him. He's just a little box.
So he's gonna move
Okay.
here and brandish his gun at them, and then scurry away.
One of the Lashunta pulls pulls his sidearm and fires at Thimble, and they both start chasing it. One of them puts a hand to his ear, like as if he were using some kind of like a communicator, but you don't actually see his lips moving.
Okay,
Where are
want
they?
to use some of Thimble's abilities
Bottom
if
right
I
corner.
can, even though we're not in combat. Is that a
okay.
thing?
Yeah, hang on a second. So I'm gonna move them away. Okay, they're chasing after Thimble. What do you want to have Thimble do? You're not keying your mic.
Sorry, I want him to get around a corner
Okay.
and engage active camouflage, which gives me +10 to stealth checks.
Okay. Well, he can't get in there.
He can't get in there.
That's through there are doors and walls in the way. He could go around. That would be the first thing tall enough for him to get around. The pews are not tall enough, but that little like pillar thing there, that black tall statue, he can get behind that.
Does the statue go all the way to the ceiling?
No, but it's pretty tall.
Okay, I'm gonna use jump jet to get on top of it, and then engage active camouflage.
Okay.
I guess I'll start running in when this happens.
Go ahead and roll Thimble a stealth check.
Let's get
Yeah,
stealthy.
Fisk is gonna whisper, "Go now."
Okay, and that
So
gets
that's
plus
11
10?
plus 10. Yep.
Okay, so 21. They do seem a little confused. They're like looking around for it. One of them goes over to the door over. I'm putting Thimble on top of the statue.
Perfect.
And one of them is checking behind the statue. Okay, so you guys are all going through the hole in the wall?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak over there without being seen.
Grits, I've moved you through as well.
Thank you.
Your room.
Yeah, Fisk and Terrorwind are pretty close, and they darted
Yeah.
in.
Is
Okay.
Orgon coming?
Right?
What are you doing?
What was I gonna ask? Is that's a room over there? Like, if I go over there, am I gonna be able to get in there and like make it so they can't see me, or is it just like out there?
It's through the wall to the outside.
Okay. Then
Um,
yes, I'm gonna go do that, but I'm gonna like quickly get behind the wall on the outside, so that way people inside can't see me. In
Okay.
case guards come back.
You all hear some shouting inside the temple. And it seems like there's more security coming to look for Thimble. Or, as they see it, the terrorist that destroyed the wall.
That terrorist.
Good move, Grits.
Thimble's a good robot.
How long can he stay hidden? Will he be safe?
He'll be safe. We'll get him later.
Okay, well, we should keep moving before they decide to come back.
Are we outside now? Is that what you said?
Yes. So this isn't on the map, but when you entered the church, you would have seen that there are walls extending, and I'll kind of sketch them on for you. Okay, so like that. So previously there would not have been a way to get to where you are without going through the church. There's no way to go around the church.
Okay. We're in a forbidden zone.
Oh yes.
Yeah, what do we see now that we're on the other side of the wall? Is this like a garden? Is this an alley? What's going on around us?
Right now, just outside of the church, it kind of is just like a military complex. Like you've stepped outside of the church and into what feels like a military complex.
Call it North Korea.
There are lots of very plain-looking, kind of squat concrete buildings everywhere. There are plenty of Lashunta walking around, but none of them seem to have noticed you yet. There's a fair distance between the church and where the buildings start. It's a few hundred feet. So right now you're all just kind of huddled up against the wall of the Church of the Burning Mother. But you can see that there are Lashunta kind of wandering around.
Hey, Fisk, do you see any more of the fire jelly?
Yeah, Fisk was about to ask the illustrious GM what Fisk sees relative to the spectrum. Not the spectrum.
Yeah. Okay, so you see more of your fire lube on the ground here. Seems to be a lot more of it here. It's splattered
much fire.
everywhere, kind of rubbed against the wall, and like I said, a lot of it on the edges where the wall was broken through. And it trails back around the building. So if you're looking towards the back, of the building, you would make a turn to the north around to the back of it if you were following the trail.
Okay, so Fisk says, yeah, no, it definitely came through here. We're on the right track. It keeps going that way, and then over to the left. Fisk points to the side of the building, and then kind of makes a gesture that it continues around.
I guess we can go that way and
Well,
try to. I don't know. Should we like stay to the walls or something, or?
we should definitely get out of here to some cover. We're not exactly going to blend in if they spot us.
That's a good point.
But if it's here, we'll have to come back to send it back. I feel like we have to come here anyway.
What do you mean here?
I'm saying if the fire elemental is here, then if we leave to go get more information, we're going to have to get back here anyway. But we're already here. We may not be able to do this again.
Oh, yeah, you're providing commentary on the fact that we didn't exactly have a plan.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, in character, yes. And then in character, should we pursue it? You know, or that was out of character. But like in character, like what should we do? Do you want to keep going, or should we head back while they're still distracted, since we think it came this way?
GM, you are not keying your microphone.
Sorry. Fisk, the whining in your helmet
Wow.
is louder.
Two things. One, as Fisk, you can kind of see, like, from his pause, he's becoming a little more distressed by the noise. And then, out of character, that was the, like, saddest, shortest cheer I have ever seen for an amount of bits more than 420. Wow.
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 I think that needs
Wow.
to be added as a quote. Just wow.
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 Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. All right, I'm done.
I still think Winston needs to make an official soundboard for the stream.
I
It's
agree
just
with this.
wow though, isn't it? Because it's just Owen Wilson saying wow. The entire soundboard. Every button
Yeah.
is a
Hey,
different
hey.
wow.
We never said it would be an in-depth soundboard. We just said it would be a soundboard.
Yeah, wrong. Okay, so back to the task
Actually,
at
I
hand.
can probably find one.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so Fisk is in distress.
Yeah. Yeah. It's loud.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
God. What have I done?
I don't know.
Oh, none of you are probably listening to the stream, so you didn't hear it.
What was it?
Wow.
Was it just wow?
Maybe. Okay, so Fisk is distressed by the noise. We don't know what to do.
So what are you guys doing?
Are you okay?
Yeah. It's getting louder the further we go. I presume the closer we get to it, the more noise I have. This helmet must cause some kind of auditory interference. Maybe it's translating off of the visual waves. I don't know how it works. Magic's not exactly my thing, but it hurts a little bit.
Well, I suppose we should keep pressing onward.
Yeah, but, I mean, Data's right. What are we going to do when we find it? Are we going to talk to it? We don't exactly have any information on how to send it back.
That's what I was asking earlier. I suppose we could go back through the hole in the wall and hope they don't spot us and then go to the university.
This might be our last chance to turn back, though.
Can I did I peek back in and or no, here, Terwin, can you go look to see if they're still distracted? If so, I think we should leave. We know where to go next.
Well, I can make myself invisible to them, but they still might be able to hear my thoughts.
It's still better than one of us walking through.
All right. Let me take a look. And I'm gonna walk in back through the hole and
You can just
activate.
look through the hole.
Sure, I'll activate my cloaking field and look.
Okay. The entire church is swarming with armed Lashunta security guards.
It doesn't
There's
look
a
so good in
lot
there.
of shouting going on. Something about a terrorist, bombs possibly. It's kind of a mess.
We might be able to get through in all the chaos, but I'm very
Wow.
concerned.
So, I think it's too late to turn back then?
I'm just gonna peek in one more time, like just look at the chaos happening and poke my head out and say, "Yeah, I think so." I could probably sneak out invisibly, and I don't know. I don't want to leave you all.
Well, I I mean, how many of them are there, you think, out there?
You mean in the church?
Yes.
A lot.
You would estimate from your 2 quick glances that there are upwards of 50 Lashunta in there.
A small army. It looks like.
Is there, I get out of character, is there any way out of this area? Like, there must be doors. Like, they can't all come through a hole.
Yes, there are probably doors.
Yeah, okay. I
I'd
think
say
we
that
should. Yeah, go ahead.
I'd say the church is probably off limits for now.
There's got to be another way out of here. We may have better luck just trying to sneak around.
That works for me. I will crouch and activate stealth mode.
Roll some stealths. Everybody that wants to stealth, roll some stealths.
All right, let's watch how bad I do.
If I could roll above a 5 for once, it'd be nice. I'm still stealthier.
Pretty
than
good, Aragon.
I'm not that mad about it.
Grits is the stealthiest.
All kinds of sneaky.
Okay, where are you guys going?
I'm gonna go to the right, around this corner.
Okay. As you go around the corner, you see that there is, beyond the next corner, but you can kind of see it, you're in line of sight. There's a wall ahead of you. It doesn't look super tall, and there is a door in the side of it.
Okay. Is anybody following me when I look back?
I am. I closed my map. I thought we weren't using it anymore.
Oh, you don't probably need it up.
Yeah, I'm going with you.
All right. If everybody's sneaking in a clump, I'm just gonna clump our way to the door.
You're gonna clump your way to the door.
We're a sneaky clump, following the fire loop.
Are we
That's
still
my-
following the fire loop?
This
My
is the
new-
direction the fire loop went.
Yes, you do see more of it splattered on the ground.
Stealth Clump following Fire Loop is my new hit single.
Oh
Wow.
Featuring wow.
Wow.
That's the whole song. It's just how it
Yeah,
runs.
wow.
The whole time. There's not even any music. It's just. Yeah.
All right then. Yeah, you guys clump to the door. Wow.
Is there anybody around?
Wow.
Are you actually playing Owen Wilson saying wow into your microphone, Brian?
Not at all. And this is not an ad at all.
Did you find an app for it?
No, I think you've got a
This is-
YouTube video.
No, it's an app, except it has ads, and I'm not spending $2.99 to get no ads. So
Okay.
there's 39 of them.
That's amazing.
Right, I'm done.
Okay, guys, you clumped to the door. What do you want to do, Tarowin?
Is it locked?
Have you tried it?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's locked.
What kind of lock is it?
It seems like a basic lock, like the type you might be able to pick if you had that skill.
What skill is that?
We'll go with sleight of hand.
I'm okay at that skill.
Should let Grits do it.
It comes unlocked pretty easily. They kind of don't figure anyone's going to be back here, honestly. Pretty much just
That's a
Lashunta.
terrible. That's a terrible security plan. We should have a conversation with their manager.
Is there
Well,
someone
you know,
more
there's-
important
Jokes are
than you that I
terrible
could talk
than that. I
to?
gotta stop.
There typically aren't holes in the walls of the church, I'm just saying. This isn't standard operating procedure. Alright, you get the door unlocked.
I'll peek my head through. I'll activate my cloaking field, peek my head through, and see if there's anybody.
It looks like it's a walled garden with statues of Sarah and Ray in it.
Oh, I'm kind of gonna just like walk in there, sort of like in awe.
This looks to be an extension of the church.
Can I see inside the church from here?
No, if you look at the church from here, it's just the back wall of it. There are some windows to let light through, but you can't really see inside because the windows are pretty tinted.
Okay. Hopefully that means I can't see outside.
Hopefully.
I'm just kind of like looking around, basking in the.
Aw.
So when she just kind of wanders in, Fisk is going to poke his head around.
Okay.
Does the fire loop continue through this opening?
Oh, yes, it does.
Fisk is going to follow the fire loop and wander toward Terowin.
You actually
gonna keep-
notice. Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep following Fisk since I know he has the helmet.
So Fisk, you do notice actually that the fire lube trail doesn't go through the door; it goes over the wall. But it does end up inside the garden.
Wow,
Oh my
Oh.
god.
that's pretty impressive.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying that's impressive. The thing obviously decided the best thing to do was climb a wall.
That's correct.
It's beautiful in here.
Yeah, and the thing's also been in here. Definitely been here.
The whining gets louder.
Getting even louder in the helmet. Probably a good sign. Maybe not a bad sign for my long-term hearing, but probably a good sign.
Well, then we're on the right track. Let's keep going.
Maybe you might want to take it off until we need it. Just take a quick peek every once in a while.
Well, it's not like it's a quick thing to put back on. If we get close enough to the thing to talk to it, we're not going to be able to know where it is. I mean, maybe you'll offend it by speaking in the wrong direction.
I suppose you're right.
Maybe that last part wasn't so literal, but you know what I mean. I think I'm just going to have to suck it up. But if you hear anything strange, somebody's going to have to let me know, because I'm not going to hear it. Definitely not.
Let's just keep trying to follow it for now.
Okay, as you guys keep moving through the garden, there's like a little kind of dirt pathway edged with stone that leads through the middle of the garden. And different areas of the garden have tiles, ornate, carved stone in the ground. It's definitely very beautiful. It's very ornate. People have obviously, or Lashunta have obviously spent a lot of time making this a sacred place.
Did you just imply that Lashunta aren't people?
I was specifying. Anyway,
And I'm the
as
racist.
you can. Oh, Terowin's definitely the racist one. You can't push this off on other people. Okay, as you guys follow the path through the garden, Fisk, you could you make a just make a straight perception check for. Well, that works. The whining has increased in pitch and decibel to the point where it is really, really painful. You cannot hear any of your companions if they are speaking. You see large globs of the fire lube scattered around, kind of everywhere, and you see there's a tree in the middle of this area, and you kind of see through the leaves of this, to the other side of it, there seems to be something there that is large and on fire.
So Fisk is going to swat at whoever's closest, which is probably Terrorwin. So Fisk is going to swat at your leg, I guess. And you so you kind of get this thing where Fisk is staring off in the distance, swats at you, and just points.
Fisk, what are you doing?
It's there. It's in the tree.
The tree that I'm standing in front of?
What's
It's in the tree.
Is that the only tree I can see?
It's on the other side of the tree, but yes, that is the only tree you can see.
Do I can I look at the tree and see if I can see?
Yeah, you can look at the tree. You see a tree.
I don't see anything. I suppose that is to be expected.
It's in the tree.
But disappointing.
I'm gonna look at the tree and say, "Excuse me."
Fisk, the whining, the high-pitched whining sound in your helmet stops.
Terrible, what did you do? The whining just went away. Any visual change? Or just the whining?
Yeah, it looks like it's moving, and you hear a loud roar.
Did you guys
Wait.
hear that?
That's him?
Yeah, just Fisk.
It roared at us. Hello, can you hear us? Fisk kind of shouts off.
Shush, Fisk.
Well, it just roared at us. I don't know. Maybe it can hear us.
Yeah, along with everyone else. Shush.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Hang on a second.
Oh, this is gonna be so bad.
Oh.
Holy crap.
That's a
It's
big
only
dude.
visible to Fisk right now.
Oh.
It has moved around the side of the tree, and it is roaring.
So Fisk continues to point, and he just kind of pivots and points at it.
Okay. You notice that it is obviously very big. It looks to be about 25 feet tall. It's kind of on its hands and feet, like it's four-legged, but not like it kind of walks in the same manner as like a gorilla for being on its hands and feet. It's not like it could stand up if it wanted to.
So we're fighting a 25-foot tall fire gorilla.
There you
I
go.
like it.
That's nothing to be worried about.
That leaves remnants.
It
of
prefers to be called a
fire-
lube beast.
Fire lube.
Make
I would say the lube.
another perception
Some
check.
some might even call it the KY monster.
Now that you can see it, make
That's a
another
lot.
perception check for me. That's marginally better than last time. You notice that the fire lube is coming off of it, like dripping off of its side. It's hard to tell because the whole thing is, on fire. But it definitely has places on its side and some on its arm and shoulder where the fire jelly is more prevalent, and kind of just like sliding off of it.
Oh, okay, so it's there. The stuff is dripping off of it. It's on all fours. It's kind of just looking at us right now. This
Yeah,
continues to point.
and roaring.
Does it appear to be in pain?
I don't know. It's roaring at us. It could be in pain. It could also just be really mad. I don't know.
Well, maybe the goop that you've been seeing is from an injury.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe it's hurting. Maybe it's dying.
Is the goop coming from any like one place, like a wound, or just the whole thing melty, goopy?
It's coming from a few different specific places: the side, shoulders, and right arm.
Maybe the noise you were hearing was some kind of crying or shouting in pain.
I don't know,
Or
but
a distress call.
it could definitely be hurt. I mean, it's not exactly. This isn't exactly its home. I mean, it belongs to a different plane. Maybe it can't survive here for that long. Or maybe something has wounded it. It could just be like a frightened animal.
That is true.
That's what I have been thinking. I wonder how it would react to your Solarian powers data.
Okay, so while you guys have been talking, the fire elemental has still been. It's now right here. It's come circled all the way around the tree, and it is fixated right now on Fisk, and its head is coming down towards you. And we're gonna take a break there.
Oh,
Okay.
of course we are. Oh my goodness.
Cliffhanger.
Oh, well, okay, Internet. I guess we'll be back as we all burn to death.
It's cool.
Wow.
Welcome back to Cosmic Chronicles, where we play Starfinder and maybe get eaten by fire elementals
With fire loop.
with fire loop.
I think it's
Also,
blood.
you did it right twice in a row. Twice in a night. Put that on the
I know.
calendar.
I'm getting better. Yeah, so I think we left off with a fire elemental eating Fisk. He was like in its mouth, right? Is that where we
No.
Okay. The fire elemental is kind of towering over you, Fisk, and it brings its head down right to your face. And it looks at you. And then it bellows so hard in your face that you fall over backwards.
Okay, I guess Fisk falls over backwards.
There's no roll for this. You were just literally knocked over.
Okay, Fisk is now lying on his back, staring at it and pointing.
For the rest of you, you see Fisk kind of blown off his feet backwards. You don't see a source for this, but you can intuit what the source is.
Did we feel anything, or was it specifically just him?
You felt like a hot wind go by.
Okay.
I've been there.
Wow.
Oh lord.
Grits, if you're actually where you are, you feel it, because you're kind of semi behind him. So you would have felt the hot wind like go across you, and it pushes you a little bit, but you don't fall over.
Unfortunately, Grits is going to take out his frostbite pistol and start firing in that direction.
Oh dear.
All right, roll for initiative.
And we're dead. TBK.
We can't even see it.
He's just firing like randomly.
Yes, he's firing.
I'm not getting
randomly.
involved.
No, Taryn, with your luck, you probably should just stay out of this.
I'm
Well,
not getting involved. I'm
You
just
have to
gonna
roll
not-
initiative anyway.
Can I just choose to be at the bottom of the initiative order and not roll?
I mean, you can just pass your turn when it comes to your turn.
All right.
Why do I lose initiative every time?
Now I roll well.
I have.
Nice. With your good roll, you will choose to pass first.
It's like, oh, roll stealth 2, roll stealth 3, roll stealth 3, roll initiative 19. Okay.
Where is initiative?
It's on your main tab. Right under
There
your
it is.
home world.
God, I can never find it.
Don't worry, guys. I got 6. Oh, Fisk, I got 6. Okay, I don't feel as bad.
My combat tracker is right behind VC's share button.
Oh, that's awkward.
It's obnoxious.
It's there for me too.
I wish there were an option to turn that off.
The share button.
Yeah.
You should just use.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
All right, Taryn. It's well, actually, because Grits initiated this. Go ahead and target it and roll your attack.
I mean, I don't necessarily have to hit the damn thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you roll your attack twice and take the lower of the two as kind of an imposed disability because you can't actually see it. Okay. All right, you miss. Oops. Deoda?
Oh, is the elemental not going?
Um, based on where it is in the initiative, it's not its turn yet. It will whatever it's
Oh, I
going to
see. You
do is going to
started on
happen
3. Okay.
concurrently. Yeah, because he initiated the combat. But whatever the elemental does will happen concurrently with everything else at this point. So just tell me what you want to do.
I just want to activate my solar armor, and I'm actually just going to like fall down on my knees and start like sort of looking like I'm worshiping it or praying to it while I'm on fire.
Okay, Fisk, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna yell, Grits, stop, and I'm gonna make a move to knock the pistol out of his hands.
Okay. Just make an attack roll on Grits. We won't roll any damage.
Okay.
You do your battle glove.
Okay.
Basically melee.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 19. Let me see. Yeah, that hits. Okay. He is attempting to knock the pistol from your hands, Grits. There's probably some combat rules about this, but given that I don't want to take the time to look that up, we're just going to say that he knocks the pistol out of your hands.
And the pistol goes skittering. Though I feel like I should roll like sleight of hand or something to block, but anyway, pistol goes skittering.
You can do that if you want to roll a sleight of hand. I guess it depends on whether Grits would be resistant to having the pistol knocked out of his hand after Fisk yelled Grits stop.
Yeah, but after he yelled stop, I'd probably let it go.
It actually, it looks like it's a combat maneuver.
There is a
Okay.
combat maneuver about disarming.
Disarm, yeah.
Okay, do you need anything to do disarm?
Each maneuver, choose an opponent within your reach, then make a melee roll against the opponent's KAC plus 8.
Okay, well then you would not have beaten his KAC plus 8. You beat his KAC, but not by plus 8.
Okay.
So I would say you land a hit on his hand, but you don't knock the pistol loose.
So I yell at him, and I hit the pistol, but I don't get it out of his hands.
I will then holster the pistol.
Okay. Ergon.
I don't want to like make a move necessarily, but I am gonna just say something to the degree of like, Fisk, what are you seeing?
Okay, Fisk, you can respond if you want.
Well, he knocked me down. He hasn't tried to attack yet. He's, towering over us. He was roaring. But, I mean, he hasn't actually attacked us yet. I still think he's like a scared animal.
Okay. Anything you want to do with that information, Ergon?
Not at this point, no.
Okay. Tarowin.
Grits, what are you doing?
He knocked Fist down.
You know we weren't supposed to try to kill it. I'm just gonna. I don't know where it is. So I'm just gonna stand right here.
Fisk is still pointing at it.
I mean, I can't see it.
Fisk is lying on his back, pointing at it.
And the wind from it pushed me backwards. I mean, that's why I started firing at it.
For all I know, it could be 5 feet tall.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't really want to do anything.
It is now the fire elemental's turn. And it's going to continue roaring at you, Fisk. Um,
We're sorry. We're sorry.
and it raises one of its arms, its left arm, and it looks like it's about to strike at you when it hears you like crying out.
Can I make a grovel check?
That's not a thing.
Oh.
I feel like that would be diplomacy.
Yeah, if I'm saying we're sorry.
It slams
My
its
bad.
arm down into the ground, and you all feel the ground shake underneath you. It's not enough to knock you over, but you also see, well, Fisk, you can see all of this as it's happening. For anyone not wearing the helmet, you see a dent in the ground where it looks like a massive fist has just struck the ground. Terwin, for perspective, the crater that it leaves is roughly 5 feet across.
So it fell over.
Huh?
So it fell over.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely what happened. It's Gritz's turn.
So, seeing the giant crater being smashed into the ground, Grits is going to run.
Fair enough. Please indicate on the map where you are running to.
I'm going to run and hide behind the tree.
Seems good. Okay. Deoda. It doesn't seem to have noticed you in your worshipfulness.
That's fine. It's not attacking me. And so it hasn't attacked. It just like slammed its fist down.
Yes.
I can't see that obviously, but
Right, but you can see the crater that it made, and you could feel the ground shaking.
well, I'll just continue to stay, on the on my knees, in a prayer like position, and I'm gonna ask Fisk, do you think it can understand you? It doesn't seem to be paying any attention to me. Sure seems focused on you.
I don't know yet. I don't know.
None of you, for the record, can hear any of the bellowing or roaring, but Fisk, it is very loud. It's very loud, like the whining was loud. So it's pretty painful in your ears.
So Fisk would have said that it would have appeared to you inordinately loudly, as if he were trying to shout over something.
It's your turn, Fisk, in the initiative.
Fisk is going to clamber to his knees and say, hey, he's going to put his hands out, kind of like open palm to show, no malicious intent. And he's going to say, we're here to help you. We're sorry. I don't. He shouldn't have done that. We're trying to help you get home. You must be scared. We know you just want to go back.
Okay, I'm gonna take us out of initiative for now. The fire elemental looks at you, and it brings its head down again to like right at eye level with you. This thing is fucking massive.
So for everybody watching, you see Fisk on his knees talking to nothing, and he's now quivering.
Aww.
Like shaking, like a cold, scared rat.
And you hear the bellowing stops, the roaring stops, and it looks at you. And now you hear in your helmet, you see?
Yeah, you can understand me?
Yes.
We're not gonna hurt you. We just want to help you get home. We know you don't belong. We know you want to go back.
Home.
Oh, I'm sad.
I know. We want to help you get home. How can we help you get home?
You see me.
I can see you.
It starts whining again, quieter this time. And it moves its head forward and kind of nuzzles you.
That's not gonna burn at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, it's very, very hot. It's unpleasantly hot, but it does not burn you.
Hold on. Does he get fire lube on him?
No.
Damn.
Fisk, is there any way you can transmit what you're seeing through the communicator?
That's a good idea.
Fisk is gonna like he's gonna put a paw up and try to like pat this thing, but it kind of looks like how you would comfort a child if you don't know how to deal with a child. Subsequently, Fisk is going to try and focus really hard on what he's seeing. Fisk has no idea how to make an image go through this. The thing that Grits did was the first time that ever happened. So Fisk is going to kind of focus on what he's seeing, but he doesn't know what to do about that.
It's difficult, but you do manage to like focus a clear picture in your mind that you can kind of transmit to everyone else. You guys basically and this is going to hold true for any time you try to transmit an image. You basically get a brief flash of the image. It's not something that you can really focus on.
Okay.
And you guys can see from his perspective this massive flaming creature. It's hard to see what the details of the shape are through all of the flame, but it is a massive, over 25-foot tall fire elemental that is currently crouched over Fisk.
Oh, that's bigger than I was expecting.
And Fisk is gonna, yeah, I'm sure Terwin's never said that before. And Fisk
Wow.
is gonna stammer again. How can we help you get home?
Home.
I know. You want to go home.
Home.
Do you know how to get home?
Home. Mother.
Your home is the burning mother? Is that your home?
It like kind of shakes its head a little bit, which almost knocks you over again.
Guys,
What's it saying? Fisk, what's it saying?
It's at home, and then it said mother. I know it wants to go home. I just don't know how.
It probably doesn't know how either.
Maybe we can try to take it to the university with us.
I mean, do you think that would be safe? What if it changes its mind?
What if what?
What if it changes its mind and becomes violent?
It's lying down in front of you now.
Aww.
It
I
puts
love
its
it.
head kind of like on its paws and sniffs at you.
We want to help you. We just want to help you get home, but we don't know how.
Home, small one.
Well, does it seem like it's acting erratically?
No, it just laid down in front of me. It seems really sad.
Seems like it trusts you then.
Hurt.
It says it's hurt. Can we help you?
Hurt.
Oh, here. I'm saying this to Fisk.
God
You call my name?
damn it. Go home, Fix.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a Serum of Healing Mark 1 to Fisk.
Okay.
Fisk is gonna take it and uncork it, uncap it, and kind of like hold it out. You can see Fisk's paws are still shaking. Will this help? This heals us. Will it help you?
It sniffs at the bottle offered, but it doesn't seem to understand. It pushes its nose back against you.
Chairman, I don't know. It won't take it, but I don't know if it's gonna. I mean, this heals us. I don't know if this would heal an elemental. You would probably need magic or fire or something like that, right?
Well,
Can I roll a mysticism to try to insight what might be able to heal an elemental?
Sure.
I'm gonna recap the bottle for now. And Fisk is being really careful to be like slow and deliberate with movements. Damn that roll!
That was a
It's
really
good
good
roll.
one. Unfortunately, you don't have a lot of experience with fire elemental, so you aren't sure. Your best guess would maybe be to try, like, applying something to the wound itself.
Okay.
it's too bad I
But I
don't have
mean-
any of that miracle ointment left.
We have to be able to like touch it, and the thing is made of fire, and it's leaking ichor everywhere.
Don't you just casually go changing the name on us?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not fire lube anymore?
Well, some people can call it fire lube. I don't know. I don't think we have anything that would help it.
Fisk, it's still, like, nuzzling you with its nose. Each time it does this, it nearly knocks you off your feet again.
Fisk, what if we ask it to follow us? We go back, we try to get out of here no matter which way we go, and if people try to stop us, maybe it can just, I don't know, use its powers to make people run away or something, and we could just follow it, and it can follow us, and we can just run back to the university together.
Data, if we do that, you know people are gonna die.
You're not dying. Maybe it can be gentle.
Data, he's nuzzling me. He's not trying to move me out of the way. If he actually were mad, he wouldn't have to do anything just to kill somebody.
I suppose you're right.
Maybe we can leave it here, have it wait for us here, and go grab somebody who can come here and help.
We need to get it out of this Lashunta area. If we could just, I don't know, is there anywhere that's maybe more private?
I don't know. I mean, I could wait with it. I mean, I don't know how good it would be if the guards showed up, but I can wait with it if we want to bring somebody maybe who knows what to do.
Unless they're Lashunta, I don't know how we're going to get anyone in here. So we pull up some miracle like last time.
We could bring, I don't know, some kind of authorities here.
Maybe if we let the authorities borrow the helmet, but I'm afraid they would just attack it.
That's my fear as well. I don't think we should. We're in a tough spot.
Damn, we're in a tight spot.
I mean, I think our best bet would be somebody from the university or somebody who has the magic we would need to return it to its home.
Let's just make a call. There's got to be a payphone.
Lol.
Um,
Fisk, it's whining at you again. Quietly, but it is whining. and it says hurt. Hurt.
I know. Do you know how we can help you? Will fire help you? Do you know how to make the hurt stop?
Hurt. It rolls over. It's laying on its side now. The unwounded side, the side with the gashes, is up. So it's laying on its left side. So the right arm and right side were the ones most badly damaged.
I'm gonna go scout further into the back area of
Like the garden area.
like is there another door that leads out of this area?
Let me pull the map back up.
Data, do you think fire would help heal it?
I don't know. My abilities are Solarian abilities. They're different than things from the plane of fire. That's magic. Mine's less magic and more spiritual science.
I'd be lying if I said I understood any of that. It just keeps telling us that it's hurt.
I don't have any healing abilities. I can make solar armor and I can move things with gravity and I can make my weapon on fire. I can't heal a fire elemental. I don't know what to do.
I suppose we could. I don't know. See if it will drink the potion.
It whimpers at you, Fisk. It whimpers at you and it says, "Want home. Want mother."
I know. We know you want to go home. We're trying to figure out how to get you home.
I'm gonna go look for a
We don't know what
phone.
to do.
Sarah, is there like a door on the left side of this thing that I can see? Is that what that is? I have the temple.
Yes, on the all the way to the right, at the end there. So there are doors on either side of the wall that I drew there, and then there's a
Right.
door on the back side of the temple that I have added.
It just guess it
Okay.
it says want home, want mother.
Maybe
That
it's.
thing's a baby?
It might be.
I'm gonna try to see if this door is locked.
Okay, it is not locked.
I'm gonna activate my cloaking field and step through.
Okay. What are you
Do I
doing?
see? Is there anybody in here?
This is sort of like a like a study kind of an area. There's a fountain in the middle, but there are some seats scattered around, and there are shelves with scrolls and books and things. And it looks like this is kind of like a quiet study area for members of the church. There are a few Lashunta in here reading.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the door and so that I'm outside still.
Okay.
So it seems like. Did I see any of the doors that led out of that area?
Yeah, there were a few.
We might be able to get back into the church going this way, and I don't know, run out and go to the university from there. Or if it's still too hot in there, I could, no pun intended. If there's still too much action in there, I could go myself and just invisibly run.
I'm open to suggestions. I mean, like I said, I can stay with it, but I don't know how badly it's injured. It says it hurts. I mean, I don't know if it's dying. I don't know what we can do.
It's nuzzling you again, Fist. It's now persistently pushing at you with its nose and saying home.
Fisk is gonna pat it in the most comforting way he can muster.
It seems to like that. It offers you its right arm and says hurt again.
Aw.
Hurt.
Fisk is gonna pat its right arm.
It winces and kind of jerks the arm away. Hurt.
Sorry. I don't know how to help you feel better. I don't know what
Unless-
you need.
Home.
Unless anyone has any better ideas, I'm going to go through the church and try to find somebody to help us.
I
I
don't.
want to look for a phone somewhere.
They don't really have payphones.
Hmm. Then I won't.
You could go back to the ship.
That's true. Um.
There may be terminals like once you're outside of Asana Town, but inside the complex, there's nothing readily available.
Hmm.
I mean, there might be a terminal in the church, but you don't know. You haven't looked for one in there.
Hmm.
Okay, so if nobody says anything, I'm just gonna activate my cloaking field and go through the.
Okay.
Okay. Your cloaking field, how long does that last?
I think it's like 10 minutes, but let me check.
Okay.
Your cloaking field lasts for up to 10 rounds, which is 1 minute before it becomes inactive.
So you have 60 seconds to get through the church.
Okay, how big is the church?
Hold on.
10 rounds with 60 seconds?
Also, that little orange area, was I able to see that that was like an altar that I could like that somebody could step up onto and.
Yes, that was an altar. It's about 325 feet from the back entrance to the front entrance in a straight line.
Oh, that's only like 32 feet a second. That's not that fast. If I sprint, I should be able to make it.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Okay.
anime run through the church.
Well,
Invisibly.
how many blocks can you move per round? Because that'll be your answer.
Where do I find that?
Your speed. Your speed is 30. So
But I can dash and stuff, right?
yeah.
So if my speed is 30 and I dash every round, then I'll be able to make it no problem.
So based on my math, if you were just doing 30 feet per 10 seconds, it would take you 10 rounds, which would be longer. But if you're doing dash movements, which lets you go double per round, you would be able to do it in 5 rounds. So very close, but you make it.
Awesome.
But you actually haven't made it yet because I'm going to need a roll from you.
That's fine. I'm not going to be stealthy. I'm sprinting. Like, if these people see the doors opening and hear me running, they're going to be like, there's a ghost in. That's fine.
I mean, I don't think they're going to think it's a ghost.
There's someone invisible in here.
That's more likely.
That's also fine.
And for that reason, I need you to. I'm just gonna have you make let's go with a wisdom check. This is
Oh.
the closest thing I can think of to having the ability to keep your thoughts in check around a bunch of psychics, so they don't pick up on who you are or what you're doing.
Okay. Can I just think about space baseball?
Spaceball?
Yes.
Spaceballs a movie. Just think about
Baseballs.
that.
It doesn't matter what you think about. Make the roll so I can determine if you succeed or you fail hardcore.
I'm thinking about spaceball.
Oh, that's what you think, buddy.
I mean, you're trying to think about Spaceball, but you keep flashing back to the giant fire elemental.
That could be a good thing.
Or it could be an awful thing.
You just keep thinking, well, you're trying not to think about it, but the harder you try to not think about the fire elemental, the more you think about the fire elemental. So you do make it through the church, but several Lishinta that were near you noticed doors opening, noticed the sound of your feet, and also overheard mentally something about a fire elemental, which creates more panic in the church.
It's
A couple of the Lishinta that were in the back study area are trying to figure out how the door to the garden opened by itself and are now
I would have shut it behind
investigating.
me.
But they still saw it open by itself and then shut itself. So they're trying to figure out how that happened.
That's fine.
One of them
Question-
has gone through the door into the garden. You guys are about 100 feet away.
Can I roll to see if I see them come in?
Yeah, roll a perception. They haven't noticed you guys yet. They're looking at the door and the wall to the church and trying to figure out what happened.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, you see the door, or you hear the door opening and closing when Terowin leaves, and you hear it open and close again.
Okay. Then I'm gonna tell the others, I think someone's here.
Okay, what do we do? We can't leave it.
I'll I'll go talk to them.
Okay. What do the rest of you want to do? Any of you are gonna try to hide like behind the tree or any other trees in the garden?
No, I'm still squatted behind the tree.
Roll a
freaked
stealth
out.
then.
I've rolled 2s, 3s, and 4s on all my ability checks and a 19 on my initiative check.
What the?
Grits, you're invisible.
okay.
That's what I thought.
Fisk, Ergon, what are you guys doing?
Being sort of
Okay.
stealthy.
I don't know. I mean, I'm with the elemental.
All right, Ergon, you're behind the tree and you feel pretty stealthed.
I'm cool with that.
It's a big tree.
And like my wings are probably popping out.
Fisk is staying with the elemental.
Okay. And Data, you are going over to talk to the Lishinta?
Yeah. Where
Okay.
is that? Is it this way or is it over here?
It would be south, so other direction. But all the way back at the church, we don't have to put you on the map there. We can
Right.
just theater of the mind. So, as you approach, the Lishinta spins around. Who are you?
My name is Deoda. I've been separated from my friends. Can you help me?
How did you get back here? This area is off limits.
I've come to realize that I am lost. Can you please help me?
Yes, go inside. And he
Thank you.
ushers you through the door.
There's two of them or one of them?
There was one outside, there's another inside, and there's a couple more wandering around inside, but they aren't they're investigating the other door that Terowin opened and shut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't shut those doors. I just shut
Oh,
that
okay.
door of the garden.
They're investigating the other door.
Well,
You hear talk of a fire elemental. People are talking about, like, you know, where is it and what's happening, and is this the thing they've been talking about on the news? No, it couldn't be. We would have noticed. And there's still some talk about terrorists and bombs.
Well, the thing is that I've lost my group, and I've checked this garden area. I didn't see anyone. Could you help me out? Which is the way out? Could you help me look for them?
Just he gestures towards the other doors. Just go through there and just keep going straight, and you'll come to the entrance, and you can go out that way.
Mm. Well, all right. Have you seen my friends? Are they out there?
I don't know. We've been back here. We haven't seen anyone else. You're the first outsider we've seen.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. I'm gonna. I get. They're psychic and they're really close to me, so I'm not gonna actually be able to do that. They're so accommodating suddenly.
Well, these are like, you get the impression from the way they're dressed that these are monks. They are definitely not like the security guards you saw earlier. They're the taller, thinner Lashunta, not the short, stocky,
Gotcha.
like more martial Lashunta. These are the more studious ones, so they're a little calmer than their compatriots. They still definitely appear to you as very paranoid. Their movements are kind of jerky. They keep looking over their shoulder, but they're very engrossed in trying to figure out what's happened with these doors. They're trying to determine if it was a fire elemental or what's going on. So they're not really paying a lot of attention to you right now.
Yeah. Say, is something going on? It seems like there's a lot of commotion.
There's been an attack on the church, and then another attack on the church, and now there's something about a fire elemental. We're probably going to have to close this down for tourists, so it's best if you leave.
A fire elemental? What do you do if there's a fire elemental?
Well, we handle it.
You mean you know how to contact the plane of fire?
No, I mean, we have guns.
I didn't know you could shoot a fire elemental.
Fire elementals, when they're on the mortal plane, are subject to similar weapons as we are. This really isn't relevant to finding your group. Please leave. This area is
Okay.
off limits for tourists.
I understand. You said there's only one of them?
There's only one of them that's talking to you. There's 4 total in the room.
Oh, in the room. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to I don't want to step out there. I feel like they would just. Okay, I'll ask them one more question. If you want me to leave, how can I guarantee that they're not going to think that I was a terrorist?
You're a tourist, right? Did they see you come in as a tourist?
I don't remember there being anyone monitoring when I came in. I don't even know where I came in at.
Did you take a pamphlet when you came in?
Of course I did.
Then she should remember you. Go there. She probably knows where your group is too.
Okay. I'll go there. You'll let me know if you see anyone else, right?
Yes, fine.
Okay. Data's gonna just like take a risk and like mentally think like, sorry guys, I tried into the thing. And she's gonna walk out and try to retrace where Terowin went.
Terowin went straight through and out the entrance.
Did I hear
So,
that?
Well, you've been sprinting, right?
I sprinted until I got out of the church, and then I think I'm just gonna start I feel like once I leave the church, it's not a big deal. I'll just drop the cloaking field and start. Maybe I'll find somewhere discreet to do that, so I don't just appear out of thin air.
Okay. You are probably out of range then at this point. Because
Okay.
I assume you're heading back. You want to try to get to the university or to the ship or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the university.
Okay, so you would be heading back to the sun skimmers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably out of range at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just leave. Bye, guys.
Okay. Well, at least you distracted them away from the garden.
So I'm gonna go, and so I step outside the garden. There was one inside the garden, you said, and then
Yeah, and he came back inside when he brought you in to take you through the doors and direct you where to go.
okay. I'll I'll just like pull out the pamphlet and head back, I guess, towards the church. Is it just like a hallway?
Yeah, I mean, once you go through the doors that they point you through, you are in the main part of the church. So you would just walk straight through that to the entrance.
Okay. I will do that then.
Okay. So in the meantime, Fisk, the fire elemental, has continued to kind of alternate between whining and nudging you, and mostly just repeating the words hurt and home over again. It has tried to offer you its arm again. Hurt.
I still don't know what to do, so I continue to comfort it the best I can. Fist doesn't really have a solution.
Want home.
I know, we're gonna try to help you get home. My friends, they went to try and find somebody who can help you get home.
Scared.
I know, me too.
You scared?
I mean, you could probably kill me if you sneezed, so yeah, I'm a little bit frightened.
No hurt.
Okay, I won't hurt you either, I promise.
It goes to stand back up, and it kind of gets back up onto that it's standing, but it's using all four of its limbs for support instead of walking upright. And it reaches down and it picks you up.
Am I, aside from being alarmed, like, is this burning or otherwise killing me?
Nope, it's just very uncomfortably hot, just like when it was nuzzling you.
Okay. Where are we going?
Home. And it lifts you up and like sets you on its back. And then it turns and starts heading towards the church.
Okay. Do you know how to get home?
Home. It just keeps saying home. Grits and Ergon, you see Fisk lifted into the air by an invisible force, and now he seems to be floating away from you.
I mean, I'm gonna go run after him because he's flying now.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the assumption that something happened with Fire Elemental, and I'm gonna just start to run after him. At the same time, I'm yelling, "Fisk, are you okay?"
Yeah, guys, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's taking me somewhere. You should probably follow, but just don't spook it.
We won't. We'll keep our distance. We want to make sure everyone's okay.
The elemental says, "Friend."
Yeah. Friend.
The fire elemental turns around. It picks up Grits and puts it on its other shoulder.
Grits, it's fine. Just be cool. It put you on its shoulder.
So Grits, you feel something very uncomfortably hot picking you up, and now you are sitting on something very uncomfortably hot. It's that feeling like when you sit too close to the fire and your back heats up and it gets like really, really uncomfortably hot. It's like that kind of a feeling. Like it's not burning you, but it's definitely like you'd like to move away from it.
I'm gonna kind of hop up and down every once in a while, like. Meh.
The fire elemental looks at Ergon and then it turns back around. It decides that it doesn't want to try to pick that up.
Just follow us,
Pick
Argon.
that.
I don't know. I don't know where it's going. We'll figure it out.
It moves back over to the wall, which is where you saw it had climbed over this previously, and it heaves itself up over the wall, kind of like climbing it. It doesn't jump over it. It's definitely using the wall for support.
This is a phenomenally strange feeling.
Yes. You kind of need to hold on to not fall off.
So, what is Grits doing to not fall off then?
Well, Grits can feel it underneath him, so he can try and grasp on.
Does it have hair, but is it like moving like fire? Like, what does this feel like under my hands?
It feels like raw, like moving muscle.
I dig it.
Kind of gross, but okay.
It doesn't have skin. The skin is fire.
Gotcha.
So basically raw muscle. But you can grab onto that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on tight.
Okay. It climbs over the wall. Ergon, you can use the door if you prefer.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the door.
Okay. It's still unlocked. The fire elemental goes back through the hole in the side of the church. As it does so, a large quantity of Lashunta inside the church all start yelling and pointing at the to them. What they see is the Isoki and Goblin floating through the air, and pews being knocked aside in their wake.
It's fine, everybody.
Loud yells of terrorist are heard, and many guns start pointing at you.
No, we're not terrorists. We've been chosen. We're being
roll
lifted
a
away.
bluff. Roll a bluff.
Chosen.
Oh shit. It's always goes well for Fisk.
Some of them start like lowering their guns and looking at each other. One of them shouts, "Chosen of what?"
Chosen of the Mother. We're being lifted away.
Am I still in there?
You were at the entrance, so you see this coming towards you.
I'm rather amazed. But I think I get what they're onto. So, I'm gonna just like activate solar armor again and start going behind them, saying, like, what's the goddess's name? I always think of mine.
Sarenrae.
So Renray. I always get to Ibra because I think that's a different one.
I think Ibra is actually the god that Deoda worships.
Yeah, I'm
right?
like, I think so. Yeah. I'm just gonna like light the solar armor and go behind them, like saying, like praise Sarenrae.
Okay, roll a bluff check.
Okay.
I gotta say, I wasn't shocked that we had a pseudo combat encounter. and that a shot was fired and shit almost went badly, but I was never expecting. Yeah, didn't think this was
What's
gonna
happening?
happen. Didn't think this was gonna happen.
Okay, Ergon, what are you doing?
I honestly don't know at this point.
Well, you see Deoda
Like
following
I'm
behind.
just so many things are happening.
Deoda is yelling, "Praise Saren Ray," and following, what you see as Grits and Fisk being carried through the air by an invisible force. You're inside the church now, if you've been following them.
Okay. Who else is in the church though?
About
Like,
50 or
besides
so
there.
Lashunta.
Oh.
They are all currently holding their weapons, although none of them are pointing them anymore. They've lowered them and they're kind of like murmuring to each other. Grits, are you doing
Well-
or saying anything?
I'm gonna yell, "Praise Saren Ray!"
Okay, roll a bluff check. You have a -1.
I do. I'm not very bluffy.
That's your charisma modifier, isn't it?
It totally is.
Charisma is your dump stat. Okay, so Ergon, basically everyone
Well,
is yelling praise. Well, everyone in your group is
I'm-
yelling praise Saren.
I'm gonna just yell the same thing and hope that I don't do a terrible roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Which I will. Watch. Yep. Hot.
Oh well. Fortunately, I'm kind of
RNGesus.
combining all of the bluffs. So
I feel like this is also some kind of performance. This is like a group performance.
you can roll performance if you want. If you're
Uh,
really getting into it,
I
if
don't-
you're not just trying to bluff your way out of this, but you're really getting into it and trying to perform, you can absolutely roll a performance check.
I don't think I don't have that.
There's,
It's not even a thing.
there's no such
Yeah,
thing.
I think there should be something similar.
I think that would be
There is-
profession.
Yeah, you can do that. So that would usually fall under like profession charisma. So if you have profession charisma,
Oh yeah.
When I do, I'll combine it with somebody with our powers combined. Bam!
okay. All right. You guys bluff your way out of the Church of the Burning Mother by yelling praise Saren Ray. And because Grits and Fisk are being carried by an invisible fire elemental.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Literally no words. Fisk is just like shouting, doing the preacher on the corner. You too can be saved. Praise Sarah, right? Praise the burning mother. We are ascending. Just to add to the theater.
So the fire elemental, of course, is doing its own thing. It goes through the church, through the entrance, and starts heading towards the sun skimmers.
Am I still waiting for a sun skimmer?
Ooh.
You would be, and you hear in the distance chants coming from the Church of the Burning Mother of praise Saren Ray.
I'm just gonna take a peek over and see what's going on.
You see Fisk and Grits carried through the air by an invisible force. You can intuit what that might be. And behind them are Deoda and Ergon. And at this point now, a large group of Lashunta all yelling praise Saren Ray.
Yay!
It's cool.
This is fine.
This
This is
feels
fine.
like
There's nothing
It's
wrong.
fun. There is nothing wrong here.
It does make you slightly uncomfortable, Terowin, as a devout follower of Saren Ray.
a little bit.
We've just completely like defaced your religion.
Pick your battles, man.
I'm not saying anything just yet.
As they get closer, you can make out the details. And you notice that the Lashunta following them seem to be made up pretty much of the security guards and a few monks from inside the church, and they're all just following and shouting praise Sarenrae.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Fine.
As
I
you
don't see
get
any
close,
problem with any of this.
as you get close to where the sun skimmers are, the fire elemental doesn't really wait for a sun skimmer. It walks directly through the door, which is it's kind of like just a big porthole in the side of the bubble that has a magical membrane over it. It just goes right through that. And
That's
Fisk,
thinking with portholes.
Fisk and Grits, you guys are both wearing your full protective sun gear, right?
Oh Lord, yes.
Right.
And you both have your helmets like on securely?
Oh yes.
Okay, good. Then you don't die when you are met with the space between the bubbles as the fire elemental swims through the solar flares towards the Dawnshore bubble.
Praise
This is
Sarenrae!
fucking terrifying. Oh god, the church goers have to be really just loving the fact that we floated off into the.
They're like all cheering and screaming.
Oh god.
Oh, this is gonna be on the news tonight.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna see if I
defeating.
can communicate with them with those two.
You can as they go past you.
Um, can you tell where you're going?
We have no idea. Please follow us.
I don't know how.
Ah.
So the sun skimmer pulls up, and the two Lashunta who are ferrying the sun skimmer back and forth are like staring at Fisk and Grits as they're carried off into the fire between the bubbles. You guys can try to get on the sun skimmer, but currently every single Lashunta in the area is also trying to get onto that sun skimmer to follow the ascendant of Sarenrae.
I'm on
I'm first
fire. Does that like make them back off?
I'm first in line.
Probably not.
You are first in line.
I'm gonna get in.
Okay, you get in. Ergon, make a strength check, and Deoda, make a strength.
The main screen, where's strength? It's somewhere. There it is. Really?
You're a dragonkin, Ergon. How?
That's what I'm saying. Really, game?
I could not
I
be
swear
having
this game hates me.
more fun potentially losing my life. If Fisk
that
is
what it
going
is?
out, he's going out a fucking crispy ass rat on a stick while being carried through the sun by an invisible fire monster. This is the way to go.
That is
amazing.
basically
got
what's
two,
happening too.
So
I think our
Okay.
average roll for all of us is well below 10.
I think so too.
I rolled pretty well.
Well, below.
You do get kind of pushed along with the crowd, so you make it on the sun skimmer, but you're all the way at the back of the crowd. You're pretty far away from Terowin and Ergon.
Who, me?
Yes. You've
Okay.
made it on, but only by virtue of the fact that you were in the middle of a crowd, and the crowd just went, "Phoom."
Nice.
The good thing about Deida is that she's not hard to see right now.
Yeah,
It's
I
true.
am still glowing.
The sun skimmer departs and follows after at a much faster speed than
Oh, no.
previously to try and catch up with the ascendant of Sarah. Fisk and Grits, well, Fisk is the only one who can hear any of this. Poor Grits, you're just like hanging on for dear life to
dear
absolutely
life.
nothing. The elemental is invisible, you can't hear anything, you don't know what's happening, you're just being drawn along through the fire current between the bubbles. But Fisk, you hear the elemental talking to you. And it says, home, home.
Okay, I know you want to go home, but we can't go with you. We can't exist in your home.
No hurt.
I'm trying real hard to believe you right now.
No hurt. Small one.
Okay, I mean, you trusted me, so I'll trust you. Fisk just kind of tightens his grip and hangs on. Grits, I don't know what to tell you.
The fire elemental reaches up behind itself. It's kind of like swimming, sort of, but like also floating through the fire. So it's not like it's walking right now, and it can kind of just use its two forearms to reach up and hold on to you guys. And it grabs the two of you. And again, Grits, you can't see this. All you feel is that you're being lifted up. But but Fisk, you see that it is picking you up and rolling over onto its back, and it sets you down on its
We're gonna
chest.
be on its chest while it backstrokes, aren't we?
Yes.
Good Lord Almighty, can. Where's Nightsteed when you need him?
Where is Nightsteed?
I'm just gonna put that out there.
It sets you down on its chest, and it kind of touches you very, very gently with one finger on your head, and it says, "No hurt."
Okay, no hurt.
And then it keeps floating along the current towards the Dawn Shore bubble.
Meanwhile, on the skimmer of fanatics.
Meanwhile, on the skimmer of fanatics, there's a large group of Lashunta yelling, "Praise Sarenrae" and "Praise Sarenrae's ascendant." So what are you guys doing?
Just sort of standing uncomfortably,
I'm gonna
doing this number.
I'm gonna try to push my way over to Terowin, and if I have to use gravity abilities, I will move people out of my way.
Okay, go ahead and try a strength check for me first.
Main strength. It went
Okay.
a little better.
Yeah, you managed to push your way through the crowd towards Terowin and Ergon.
Okay. I just like get over to them. So I guess we have to stay here for 3 hours, huh?
It is going significantly faster than last time. You would estimate probably about an hour is going to be taken off of this trip.
Oh, gee whiz.
Something tells me
They're
it's not going to take that long.
flying.
That's good. I really don't like these tight places.
I suppose I'll wait to ask you about what's going on.
Oh, no, I can tell you. And I make air quotes with without four hands.
with some of your arms.
All four arms making air quotes.
It's a lot of quotes. It's 8 of them. I'm just like, the Herald of Sarenrae made itself known to us by lifting Grits and Fisk upon its back and ascending. It only made sense to form a procession of awe and worship.
Ah, I see. So
Bluff check.
That was all true.
Eh,
I used code words.
TBH, it was true.
this is like thieves'
yeah,
camp.
And
it
the
was all
air and the
true.
air quotes should have given it away.
I said the Herald.
Now, with that said, if you quoted with so many arms, would you not have canceled out your own quotes?
No, actually, I would just be like, well, it'd just be bad punctuation unless I used one finger for my inner arms. And then it would just be quoting myself.
Well,
I mean, I can roll above if you want, but I wasn't intending to. I was just
do
saying the
two-
truth, but with code
yeah,
words.
do 2 bluffs and we'll take the higher of the 2.
Okay.
Because you are closely packed with a bunch of psychics. So if your thoughts deviated at all from what you were bluffing.
Can we take the
No,
20?
we'll take
Okay.
that. Yeah, the natural 20 works. You managed to keep even your thoughts in exactly in line with what you're saying to Terowin.
Excellent.
So we're all Saren Ray's faithful now.
I mean, I think everyone in here is, yes. I have no idea about you.
Yeah, I don't think you've been open with your beliefs, have you, Terowin?
Not really.
Are you visibly uncomfortable?
Let me see.
You're
Yes,
visibly
yes, I am.
uncomfortable. Terowin is visibly uncomfortable by all of this.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
No, I'm a member of Saren Ray's faithful.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We don't mean anything by it. We just had to get out of there.
I
You didn't go to
understand.
this church, did you? I thought it was only for Lashunta.
No, I see why this had to happen.
Oh.
You know that Saren Ray isn't just worshipped by Loshinta, by the way.
Yeah, but we were in a church.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure that was clear that you know, because obviously the Radiant Cathedral is for Saren Ray also.
Yeah.
It's just the more mainstream Saren Ray Church, and this is the more cult-like Saren Ray Church.
Well,
They're a fringe group.
I do
Meaning
remember
it's
you
like
mentioning
Chick-fil-A?
something about wanting to go by the cathedral, didn't you?
I still would like to, but only if we have time.
Oh, I put my hands on her shoulder. We'll make time. I promise.
I appreciate that.
And then I just stand here awkwardly close to you.
Does that make up for them blaspheming your god?
I mean, the pragmatist in me understands. I am an operative after all.
It's true.
I'm glad you all made it out all right.
Yeah, you too. I didn't think you abandoned us or anything like that. I honestly kind of tried to do the same thing. I was trying to go get help. I assume that's what you were doing.
Well, I don't know what my plan was exactly. Bring someone here, but it seems like the element. It seems like the Herald of Saren Ray had other plans.
Ergon, I would like you to make a perception check.
Oh boy.
That was unintentional roleplay.
That was
That's good.
excellent.
Even with your
I'm
horrible
gonna give
perception.
up. I'd give up.
It's okay. The DC for this was a 5.
So
You could not have
somehow won?
Yes. Okay,
Holy crap.
because it's very obvious, because you're kind of standing towards the front of the sun skimmer. You notice something is making a clunking noise near you repeatedly, like it's ramming into the side of the sun skimmer. Clunk, 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 clunk.
Oh God, I think I know what it is.
Would you like to investigate this noise?
Why not? That sounds
Okay.
like a fun time.
Do I
Okay.
hear this?
Well, you're currently engaged in discussion with Data.
Okay.
So Ergon, as you start looking for the source of the clunking, you kind of move your way through the crowd. You push your way past a couple different Lashunta who are discussing in hushed and awed tones the ascendant of Saren Ray and what this means for the Church of the Burning Mother. And you see Thimble at the very, very front of the sun skimmer, bashing himself against the wall of the sun skimmer because it can't fly, but its master went by and it's trying to get to Grits.
Aw.
Oh no.
So it's just like slamming itself into the front over and over again because it knows that's the direction that Grits went.
Lovely.
Can I let it in?
Oh, it's in the sun skimmer. It got drawn in with it followed the crowd. Basically,
Oh.
when you guys went through the church, Thimble went, "Oh, there's Grits. I better follow." And it couldn't keep up, so it got drawn onto the sun skimmer with everybody, and now it just knows that Grits is that way, and so it's at the front of the sun skimmer, bashing itself against the wall, trying to get to Grits.
Can I let it in? Do I know it's Thimble?
Nope, you are flying through fire on the back of an invisible fire elemental, some several hundred feet away. You don't even know where Thimble is right now.
Do I have any ability to, like, I don't want to say control Thimble, but like contain Thimble?
How big is Thimble, Chad?
He's about the same size
Rip.
as me, a little bit bigger. But he is relatively intelligent. It is a almost sentient AI, not quite.
Yes, which is
So
why
can
I
I-
have it currently behaving like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
can pick
can
him
I-
up.
Okay, I mean, I can pick him up and I can attempt to sort of give it dog logic reasoning.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay.
Like that?
So-
And how close am I to Thimble, by the way? Because I know we're all just like,
You're right next to him. You can pick him up.
Oh, okay. All right. I am gonna gently pick up Thimble and be like, Thimble, it's okay. We're going to Grits.
Thimble.
Fine.
What? What did
I
you
just
say?
heard something scream into a blue thing.
Thimble, it's fine. I picture you holding Thimble with like both hands very gently while like slowly crushing it.
Yeah. Thimble, it's fine.
Thimble
Calm
whines.
down. Thimble.
But it's like a very mechanical sounding one, which I can't really emulate. But you can imagine. It's like if a robot were trying to whine like a sad dog.
Sad R2D2.
Something like that. Perfect.
Yeah, about that.
Okay, so you at this point notice, Deoda and Terwin, that Ergon is holding Thimble. You hear from the other end of the sun skimmer, "The terrorist! The terrorist has come to assault Sarenrae's ascendant!"
Good Lord, have mercy on your souls.
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight, because we're 20
Oh
minutes late.
no.
That's rude.
And
Not
on,
the ending. I
and
meant
on
the
that bombshell.
Poor Thimble. He was just
Um,
trying to help.
Poor Thimble.
Shit's about to go wrong on that skipper thing. Craft.
I hope that
The
this
stuff.
episode went exactly nowhere like you expected it to go.
Correct.
Nope.
I didn't know what to expect going in, so
I was a little worried Grits was gonna kill us all, so there's that.
Your
I'm always worried Grits is
devotion
gonna kill
to
us all.
character and making sure that you always do the things that Grits would actually do is it's inspiring, really, considering how many times you've almost gotten them killed.
Admirably good roleplay.
Actually, I think this is the first time Grits has actually threatened the safety of the group. Most of the time, he's just threatening his own safety by ingesting things that he should not be ingesting.
He pulled a grenade
Mm-hmm.
on Terwin directly.
That's true, he did.
Details.
I'd like to take a moment to reflect
Not
on the
to call you
positive.
out.
I only endangered Terwin then, not the entire group. And it wasn't on Terwin, it was on, what was that guy's name?
Moment 7.
They were within
Yeah,
inches of each other. I'm
it's
sorry.
an area of effect.
No, I would like to take a moment to discuss the positive elements. Positive 1, Grits did not wear the helmet. Positive 2. Because Grits did not wear the helmet, Grits did not see the flaming goop. Positive 3. Because Grits did not see the flaming goop, he did not eat the flaming goop.
It
That
would
is
have
true.
been eaten.
No, well,
Would've been like,
you're probably right, but then I would have had to rescue you, and it would have been a whole ordeal, and I wouldn't have been able to even think about my space burgers.
I'm really glad that you guys didn't let Grits wear the helmet. I didn't think you were going to, but I was prepared for that just in case.
Oh no, I thought about it.
I
Thought
would
about
not
stopping
have.
I know, because you're racist.
Mm-hmm.
Because Grits is irresponsible and he almost shot the fire element.
Nope.
You know, that is a totally unprecedented prejudice against goblins, and I feel like you're harboring that from a place of hatred.
Yeah.
Definitely not,
were you not
because
loving-
literally last session, Grits pulled the pin on a grenade in like the square next to Taro, and that has nothing to do with.
I guess that did happen.
I wanted to use the ability, guys. Grits got a little excited.
Oh, I know you wanted to use the ability.
But the problem is, like, yeah, it's totally what Grits would have done.
It is.
He would have been like, I'm helping! Oh.
I
about
find
that.
it admirable that, like, even when it's a bad decision, you're like, well, this is what Grits would do, and you don't meta it, so that's good.
Nope. Grits.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in like a month, since the next session would be on December 25th, and since I assume everybody pretty much, wants to spend time with their family on Christmas, we aren't going to be playing on December 25th.
And
I'm going to get Chinese buffet.
we
I'm gonna go
might
no.
we might even remember maybe what planet we're on when we come back.
You really think you're not going to remember that you're currently flying through literal space with nothing between you and space except a helmet on the back of an invisible fire elemental?
It's a trauma coping mechanism.
I see.
All right, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning
Good
in.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year.